I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While other sweater style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your man's Uncle Freezy. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's good? What's good? I know y'all excited about this game tomorrow against the lowly Houston Rockets. Know y'all mad excited. Know y'all can't wait. Like that New Shoes song. And I can't wait. I know y'all excited. Right? Yo, we got my main man, Staffadon, in the place to be. Staffadon says, blessed day, everyone. Ed Lawrence says, family, what's good? The chat, Knicks family, all blah, blah. Them no steals in the building, what's good? DSJ, the original R&B singer, the R&B sensation, Delano Steele Jr. was good. Was good. DSJ says treat no team like they're lowly. Robert Paul's in the building. Was good. Was good. So I got a stat here, and I probably should have made a slide for it, man, but that stuff, man, that take a lot of time, man. So I ain't gonna do it. What I'm gonna do is this, because it's gonna change tomorrow anyway. Right. But right now, at the moment, our New York Knicks are shooting 36.4% from the field. Right? 36.4% from the field for three. Right? And at the moment, our New York Knicks are shooting 44% from the floor. So that's good for 20th in the NBA. So what I want to talk to y'all about, salute y'all, salute to the chat, salute to the chat. So what I want to talk to y'all about is what ails this team, right? And I know what y'all want to say, and stop it. I know what y'all want to say. I know what you want to say off rip. Uncle Freezy, the defense sucks. The defense last year was so, man, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it because I already dispelled that myth that last year's team was the 88-89 Detroit Pistons. That team, last year's Knicks, was not that good. It was not, trust me. Last year's Knicks team wasn't even a top Knicks defense. Right? And people are DMing me about freaking Reggie Bullock and Alfred Payton. Stop it, man. Do some research. Like when you go in a restaurant and order food, you don't just walk in a restaurant and say, give me food. You at least say, well, do you have a menu? You at least, shout out to, where's my guy at? Well, I guess I won't shout him out because I don't think he has. Okay. Yeah, but when you go in a restaurant, you don't just say, give me food. You at least look at the menu. You at least do some, dare I say, research. Right? Last year's defense, it was better than what we normally had compared we had in previous seasons. Yeah, it was pretty good. But let's not act like last year's defense is historic NBA defense. Nah. It was good, but okay. I said all of that to say this. Hey, what's good? Hey, Karen Phone, what's good? Dripmore, what's good? Real King is in the building. Man-child, what's happening? So what I want to say to everybody is this. What's really hurting this Knicks team is offense. Right? What's really hurting this year's team is offense. Right? Because and I said that, and then I'm going to bring up a defensive stat. Okay. So, all right. So at the moment, the Knicks are ranked 18th in defense, giving up 107 points per game. Right? The best team is giving up 99 points. That's the Denver Nuggets. They're giving up 99 points a game. The worst team is giving up 113 points a game. That's the Charlotte Hornets. And the New York Knicks are somewhere clustered in the middle at 107. Right? The Knicks only give up, okay. And here's another thing, and I should have put this on a slide, but these Nets, what's wrong with my I was gonna say these Nets. These stats change from game to game based on performance. Right? Sergeant Knicks, aka G-Man for life. Good to see you this morning, brother. You did an excellent show yesterday. Except when he was talking about Evan Fournier. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to my main man, G-Man for life. He did have an excellent show, except for when he was talking about Evan Fournier. Right? Yeah, shout out to Hardwell. That's my man. Hey, Hardwell is a star in this Knicks universe. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all better listen. This dude Hardwell is right now he a star and probably don't know it, but in the future he probably gonna be the star in this Knicks universe. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Still Knicks fans is in the building. I saw Still Knicks fans show Ron and John. I saw the all NBA show they did, man. I was so jealous. I was like, man, I wish I can jump on there with them. I saw Ron and John just chopping it up. It was so casual. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I wish I could jump on there with them, man. Them dudes is rocking. They just rocking at their own pace, no pressure. You know what I'm saying? John is in there telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? John got a sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? That was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my main man, Jay Boogie, man. Shout out to Jay Boogie, man. You know, Jay Boogie is our guy, the inspirational leader. Right? KJW Events is in the building. What's good? KJW. Hardest working man in Knicks universe. See KJW everywhere. Yeah, man. So getting back to our point, right? Our point, but the point that I want to make is if our offense was league average, we probably have 11 wins right now. If listen. Stop typing with your stop. No, Uncle Freezy, wrong. Listen. Get off the ledge, get off the cliff. Get off the cliff. Climb back in the window. And hear me clearly. Right? Chop Lowe's in the building. What's good? If our offense was league average instead of mediocre, I think this team has at least 3 more wins, maybe 4. Maybe 4. I'm telling you, I'm here to tell you the Magic loss, the Pacers loss. I mean, was it the Pacers loss? The Pacers loss where the dude shot a whole bunch of threes. The Charlotte loss. A bunch of these L's are self-inflicted. How about that? Hey, is Subliminal 209 in the building? I didn't see Subliminal 209. Yeah. Hey, so Ron is like, I like to thank the Academy. Hold on, let me do my Ron impression. Hold on. Yeah, chill out, man. Just chill out, chill out, man. Let me do my Ron impression. Okay, stop bugging out and chill out. Let me do my Ron impression. Hold on. Let me do my Ron impression. I like to thank the Academy. Thanks to Uncle Freezy, there is nothing better than being allowed to be yourself and have people you respect appreciate you. I like to thank everybody in the industry for showing love to all our hard work and dedication to the craft. This right here is a trophy for one, but it's actually a representation of the work of many. My name is Ron. Oh. Yo, hey Ron, I'm just Ron, Ron, I'm just Ron, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking this morning, man. I'm just messing around with you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, yo, pal was in the building. What's good? Salute. Salute. So I want to get back to the point that I was making just real quick, right? And the reason why I want to get back to the reason why I think I've figured out the issue. I think I figured out the issue. And once we get on the right track, I promise you, this team is still a 50-win team. Baked Beans is in the building. What's good? Ron is like, I like to thank the Academy. Yo, and listen, and all of this is my fault, man. This is why we can't get nowhere in conversations, because I always like to have fun over substance. People are like, man, y'all was on for 3 hours and ain't said nothing. And I'm like, but we had fun though. And they're like, being a Knicks fan ain't about having fun. Oh, okay. All right. I got you. I'm with you. Being a Knicks fan ain't about having fun. Right. Mark that. Write that down somewhere. Mark that. That was what you said was profound. Being a Knicks fan ain't about having fun. Okay. So, what I'm getting at is this. Let me say these numbers all over again, because I lost my way there by being an idiot. So I just want to get back to it. Right. So right now, the Knicks are allowing 39 shots per game. Actually, the number is 38.9 for all the nerds. The nerds are gonna be like, it's 38.9. It's not 39. Yeah, I went to Hudson County Public Schools. I understand, the decimal point. If it's above 5, you can round up if you want to. So the Knicks are giving up 38.9 makes per game, right? They and that number ranks them 8th overall in the NBA. Hey, Miss Geraldine, what's good? Hey, you know what? I think I might put this on well, no, I don't want to put this on a slide. I don't want to do no more work, man. That's how I be telling G-Man. G-Man be like, G-Man is like a mad scientist with the show production stuff. We should do this, we should do that, we should do this, we should do that. And I'm like, bruh, you got Knicks Freestyle, the Pod Couple, Knicks Morning Drive, the Knicks at Night podcast, Knicks After Party, right? Knicks After Party. You got Old School Knicks, and now you have NBA 101, right? Not to mention Knicks Versus. So you got 8 shows being produced by like one goofball, right? 8 shows being produced by one goofball. The phone stay ringing, right? Matter of fact, before we jumped on, the reason why I bumped the time back, me and Stafford Don was chopping it up before the show came on. So we got 7 to 8 shows. All of them want top-notch production. And so when I be doing things, I be like, nah, I really don't want to do no extra stuff. And G-Man have all the dope ideas. And I be like, unless I could grow another arm that will do what I tell it to do, then I don't know. And just like Subliminal 209 says, Knicks after party, we here. Shout out to Subliminal 209. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Subliminal 209. Shout out to City for Real. I talked to City for Real last night. Man, shout out to City for Real, man, and everybody else, bro. It's crazy. So the point that I'm getting at is this. The defense wouldn't seem as bad if the offense was scoring at NBA average level. Right? Right now, we're 8-7. I honestly believe this team could be 11-4, 12-3 with a decent, with an average to good offense. There are some games where our offense was flat out futile, and y'all know this. And what we could do, I can point out the games on the schedule, right? So we lost to Orlando 110-104 in the third game of the season, right? We should have won that game, right? We lost to Milwaukee 112-100. We should have won that game. We lost to Charlotte 104-96. We should have won that game. We lost to Orlando let me backtrack. We lost to Orlando 104-98. We should have won that game. We lost to Charlotte 104-96. We should have won that game. We lost to Toronto 113-104. We should have won that game. We lost to Orlando 110-104. We should have won that game. So we have 7 losses, and in my opinion, we should have, could have, and would have won those games. You know what I'm saying? If we had a decent offense. Right. And it's not, and trust me, it's not just the basic offense, right? Let me explain how Toronto beat us. Right. Let me pull up the Toronto game. And I want y'all to follow with me, because I know what some people will say is if such and such and such and such. Nah, no. I'm gonna go right here to the box score and point it out. In that game, right? The New York Knicks in an NBA game, the New York Knicks only took 76 shots. 76! Right? In that same game, the Toronto Raptors took 99. The Raptors outshot us by 23 shots. That's basically, they took 6 more shots per quarter than the Knicks. While we out there passing the ball, trying to share it. Hey, you know, pass it back. I'll pass it back. Pass it, I'll pass it back. Pass it back. Everybody touching the ball. Like Hoosiers. Everybody touching the ball like Hoosiers, right? Everybody trying to touch the ball is Hoosiers. People in the media is killing Randall. Fans are killing Randall. Randall shoot too many shots. Randall took 9 shots this game. He took 8 too many. Okay. That was hyperbole, but y'all get what I'm getting at. So y'all get what I'm getting at. The Toronto Raptors game, we lost to a team that could not generate shots in the half court, but got out and ran against us. 6'7", 6'8" dudes would get the ball and go get out in open court and run, and then kick back to guards that trail the play. Right? They would kick the ball out to these diminutive guards that can't break you down off the dribble, but they can play in a transition set. And just as I say that, the ESPN mini player blasts Clyde Frazier in my ear. Right? So what I'm saying is this. The defense is not the perpetrator that we think it is. Is it bad? Yes. Is it up to the standard that we set last year? No, it's not up to the standard that we set last year. But the standard that we set last year was a defense that was good on paper, but the leaders of the defense were here, right? Because when you look at the guys that were a part of that defense as individual pieces, they were nothing. They were just bodies. Probably above average defenders at best on a team full of good defenders. And you replace them with poor defenders on a team with good defenders, and the defense is trying to find its way. So somebody in the chat said you got to give it time. That's exactly what I'm saying, except for this one point. On a three-point shooting team, with everybody shooting, when you don't have an elite three-point shooter, you're asking for trouble. You're begging for it. You're begging for trouble when your system is a three-point shooting system and you don't have elite three-point shooters. And I can hear y'all like, what do you mean, Uncle Freezy? We do have elite three-point shooters, Uncle Freezy. Right. I can hear you. I can hear you, but I disagree. Right? Right. So at the moment, our leading three-point shooter is Derrick Rose at 43.1%. And he takes 3.9 three-pointers a game. Our second leading three-point shooter is Kemba Walker at 42.1%. And he takes 5.4 three-pointers per game. And at one point, so this number 42.1 for Kemba Walker, at one point about 2 weeks ago, was at 58%, and it's on the decline. So nobody is going to shoot 58% from three on 5 attempts per game. We just hadn't ever seen anything crazy like that. So we knew that number would come down. Right? Our third best three-point shooter is Alec Burks at 40%, and he takes 4.7 per game. Right? The rest of their team is under 40%. The next closest person is Emmanuel Quickly at 38.3%. And his number was terrible, and it's on the incline. It's at 38% now. It was in the low 20s. And he's gotten scorching hot. And that's on 4 attempts per game. Evan Fournier takes 6.3 threes per game and shoots 35%. So this is where I didn't want to do this, but I have to. I didn't want to have to do this, but I have to, because I need for y'all to see what it is that I'm looking at. I didn't want to have to do this, but just to give y'all context of what's happening with this. Right? So this is just to give you context. RJ Barrett, after having a career year of 40% from three, right now is shooting 31.8%. And to be honest with you, I thought that number would be lower. I thought that number would be more like 21%, because he has had some awful shooting games. Awful shooting games. Julius Randle, after having a year where he shot 41% from three and averaging 10 rebounds, he's shooting 35.1% from three. Right? And so while these numbers here don't look terribly bad, especially since Burks, Walker, and Rose have such high numbers, they don't carry our offense. Kemba doesn't carry our offense. Burks doesn't carry our offense. Right? Derrick Rose carries the offense in spurts, but not from game to game. Randle carries a scoring load. RJ Barrett carries a scoring load, right? Right? But when you look at their shooting numbers, RJ Barrett is shooting 40% from the field. Julius Randle is shooting 41% from the field. Evan Fournier is shooting 40% from the field. Emmanuel Quickly is shooting 38% from the field. Alec Burks is shooting 39.5% from the field. Kemba Walker is shooting 43.8% from the field. Derrick Rose is shooting 47.2% from the field. And so what I'm getting at is the offense is not stagnant. The offense is stagnant. What I'm going to say is the offense being stagnant is not the only culprit. A basic offense with no movement is not the only culprit. What I'm getting at is guys just are not making shots. Period. And I think it's time for Thibodeau to mix up personnel. Right? This whole thing, wait 20 games, I'm not a fan of it, but if we got to wait 20, oh well. Right? I think culprit number one is Knicks players are not getting the occasional easy shot. Ron says, yeah, and RJ was shooting incredibly early. That's why those numbers don't look so bad. He shot 75% from three-point line in one of those games. He was on fire. Yeah, he was like Creasy. Y'all remember Creasy? Y'all remember that Denzel movie, Man on Fire? Creasy with the little girl? Yeah, he was like Creasy. Yeah, he was a man on fire. So I know I got some people itching to jump in and dispute what it is that I have to say, or what I said. Right? So I'm going to put this in the chat. Right? And there is another stat that I want to look at. Okay, no, that ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I forgot. Hold on. Where is my guy? Thing? Wait a minute. G-Man, what's good?
What's good, my brother?
I forgot I gotta do the bam, ladies and gentlemen, G-Man for life. Baked Beans, what's good? Staffordon, what's good?
I'm waiting for my
Good morning to everyone. Sergeant Nick.
What's good, my brother?
Baked Beans. Let's salute to the chat.
Stepper was good.
Blessings to everyone.
Peace and blessings to everybody.
No doubt. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope all is going well with you and your peoples. You know what I'm saying?
The same.
No doubt.
Yeah, we ain't got time for all that. So here's the thing, G-Man.
That's what I like,
G-Man.
So
You say done with the pleasantries.
I was trying not to come in hot for you. I was trying.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Start Obi, right?
Yeah.
We want to start Obi, right? So we want to do Kemba, RJ, Obi, Randall, Nerlens Noel. When Nerlens Noel get back.
Yes.
And what we do and what we get from that lineup is this. We get energy off the rip, so you don't come out flat.
Right.
Off the rip.
Yep.
And how you know this will work is because, hey, John from Still Knicks Fans was good. How we know this works is RJ Barrett looks to throw lobs to his bigs early and often.
He does.
They ain't no. That's not hype. That's fact. He throw lobs to Mitch, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Right. Danny Landis,
my man, my mellow, my brother from another.
is in the building. What's good?
What's good?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, fellas.
Hey, so
I'm a very disappointed Knicks fan here. No good.
Boy.
Same thing every year. It's happening. The same garbage.
Right. I got something for you though.
Anything good news?
Yep. I got a proposal. Right. So the thing is, P Rose, what's good?
What's good?
Ain't nothing to it. I got a proposal. Kimba and RJ is the backcourt. The front court is Obi, Randall, Nerlens Noel. Bring Mitch off the bench.
Yes.
Bring Evan off the bench. Play them with the second unit. What that does is it gives G-Man, when I say this, you might not like it, but it's like medicine, right? What it does is it gives your second unit a dynamic, a twist that nobody saw coming. You get a double dose. You get a double dose of the Swiss Army knife on the second unit when you play Alec Burks and Evan Fournier together.
Oh, that's dangerous.
You get a double dose of the slashing three-point shooting from big guards that you didn't get before you sent Evan Fournier, before Evan Fournier started. Now, instead of us having to trade for Terrence Ross, we can have Evan Fournier in that role to play with Alec Burks. So now you have Derrick Rose, Evan Fournier, Alec Burks, Mitchell Robinson.
And quickly.
Yeah, and quickly. So now
that's a nice bench.
Now, bro, it's pedal to the metal on the second unit, and the energy is up on the first unit, right? So, because here's the thing, the reason why we can't get the open three-point looks that we want offensively on the first unit is because we don't have a rim threat on the first unit.
Right.
Who threatens the rim on the first unit? RJ Barrett?
Nobody.
No athletic.
Right. So now with the
I agree.
Yeah, now with the lob threat to Obi on the first unit, you scrambling covering Obi like, yo, we got to protect this rim at all costs because Obi 2 points is actually like 5 points. Because when Obi dunk, it gets the energy all the way up in the Garden.
Yes.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When Obi dunk, man, we was in Charlotte, North Carolina last Friday, and Obi Toppin did a windmill dunk in the Spectrum Center on a breakaway.
They lost
and we was in there like, yeah! Muggsy Bogues was looking at us like we was crazy. And I was like, and I looked at Muggsy Bogues and I was like, Muggsy Bogues, yeah, we crazy. You know what I'm saying?
They freeze. They're using this gelling thing as an excuse. I don't want to hear about that gelling thing anymore. That's ridiculous. That's an excuse. Every year, the same thing.
I think we passed that right now, Danny.
Well,
to be honest.
But the thing is about changing the starting lineup and inserting Obi is, for one, Obi is ready, bro. Obi ready for more minutes, a bigger role, right? And quickly, you talking about quickly Rose, Burks, Fournier, and Mitchell Robinson on the second unit. And now with Mitch, people will be like, well, that lineup is too small, Uncle Freezy. Who you gonna play at the power forward? You don't need a power forward on your second unit, bro.
Right.
You don't need a power. What do you need a power? What do you need when you got three? Because here's the thing. Derrick Rose is short, but he's not small. Derrick Rose is stocky, bro.
Strong, fast.
Yeah. Evan Fournier is not small. Alec Burks is not small. The only small guard will probably be quickly. But then, and when cats go to the rim, guess what you have at the rim?
Mitch.
Protection.
Mitch.
We got Mitch.
Right.
All right. That's cool.
But quickly gets
Money Mitch. Give him the bag, right?
Plus, they can lock down defensively. I mean,
I think that's a better defense.
No,
it's not a better It's not a better defense, but I do think the potential there. Tibbs could do a lot of work with them.
All right.
Right.
But you're saying it's not a better defense, right?
Right.
That's what we need. That's what need to be our first little switch help. We need help on defense, man.
No, we don't, Beans. That's a no, we don't, Beans.
Wow.
No, we don't. We just talked about this, bro. Why do you need help on defense when your team is giving up? The team as a whole right now, as we speak, is only allowing teams to shoot 43.9% from the floor. That's 8th in the league.
All right, let me go by the eye test again. Let me make sure I say that before I speak. What the paper say and what the eye test saying is two different things. I don't know why, but it just is for me. It looked like they shooting more wide open shots, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I think it's because they giving it to the people that they don't mind shooting wide open shots. Like if you look at who they played, and if you do it, because I got this analyst shit up. So basically, the wide open shot, so wide open 3-pointers that the Knicks have given up this year, are to players that shoot below 40% from the 3-point line on average. The average 3-point shooter that's been shooting wide open against the Knicks is a 36% 3-point shooter. The only person that's really burnt them that they left open, I think, is Grayson Allen, because Grayson Allen's shooting 43% from the 3-point line this year. So that's the only player that's really burnt them. But then
what about
Miles? Well, that's iffy because Miles. That's an iffy. That's another aberration. But other than that, the thing is the Knicks defense, although to the eye test it looks like, oh God, they're leaving wide open shooters. They're basically a bend but don't break. And then when it comes down to it, they can, if they when needed to, they can crack down and they can suffocate teams defensively when needed.
Right. And then the thing about it is the Knicks is second in the NBA in field goal percentage against. Second. The only way you could be better is be first. So you want them to be so the emphasis should be not improve the offense, but go from second to first defensively.
That's not
Freezy.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that, Freezy. My bad, G man. I'm not saying that. I'm saying let's get better before, like, we improving offense. I thought we did well. Supposedly we did that on the off season, and look where it got us now.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Let's do something. Let's run a different scheme or something for this defense. That's what I want to see. But you're right though. Go ahead, G man. My bad.
No, the only thing I was about to say was this, right? Again, to your point, Beans. At the beginning of last season, we said this is what we wanted to see the team evolve to based on what the roster configuration was last year and the success that we had. We said that we were willing to give up the defensive side of the ball for more offensive production. However, the people that we brought in to get that production have not produced on a consistent basis. So now we find ourselves on the offensive side of the ball, correct. So now we find ourselves in a predicament to where we're trying to figure out, do we need to add more on the side of defense, or do we need to figure out what we need to do to become a more offensive threat? So that's where we are right now, not even 20 games into the season. And it's my standpoint.
Sarge, what needs to be done, Sarge? What are you going to recommend that they do?
I'm about to tell you right now, Danny.
I want to hear you because you're very knowledgeable. I want to hear what you have to say.
I'm about to enlighten you right now. I agree with everything Freeze just said about the starting five. Changing that rotation up to get more athleticism, more energy, and more ball movement in that starting five position. And then the guys that you have coming off the bench don't have to do as much. They just have to sustain. Where we lose out at in every game that I've watched thus far this season, where we lose out at is, it's not saying that the teams that we lost against are more productive than our team, but they are more energetic. They tend to be, from my eye test, they tend to be more athletic, and they have ball movement. So when you couple that with our lack or inability to play the same style of defense that we played last year, of course they're going to be up. And when we go, and we've always had this disdain for third quarter performance. I don't know what it is about the Knicks in the third quarter, but that's like oil and water. We don't mix. And then when we go into the fourth quarter, if we're behind, the first thing we want to do is come out and shoot 3 points. And we don't have that 3-point paralysis because we're not working inside out. So
right. Because you don't have a rim, you don't have a threat at the rim. But when you add Obi, you add that threat at the rim.
You do. You
do that by you know what I'm saying? You create passing or not, you create driving lanes for RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Obi Toppin. Right.
And they have to take them. They have to take them. That's the thing for you. I agree with what you're saying. They have to take the lanes because what I've seen is when there's a lane open, we don't take it. We settle for a jump three. If it goes in, then the player that shot the three is a hero. But when it doesn't go in, it's like that's a bad shot. Why are you taking that shot?
All right, so let's address the things one point at a time, right? So we'll address the one because what Bean said is improve the defense, and I'm not smashing Beans or nothing like that. What I would say is in order for let's address one topic at a time and close the door on a topic as we move forward, so we don't have 7 conversations open at once. Right? All right. So I pulled up here on the screen. Rob the Nick was good. So I have ain't nothing to it. I got right now. I have up to the minute data from ESPN.com showing the field goal percentage against. Right. This is opponent's field goal percentage. Right.
Mm-hmm.
The source is ESPN.com.
Okay.
Right. And what it's showing you is the New York Knicks allow the second best field goal percentage against in the NBA up to the moment. Hey, Karen Fong, what's good? How you doing? You connect? Is your device connected? Okay. All right. Maybe she ain't ready. Okay. Maybe she ain't ready. Worldwide L by Jam. But G-Man, you see where we say defense, right?
Right.
But the data says that the Knicks are number 2 and opponent's field goal percentage against. Right? And then when you look at the difference between number 1 and number 2 and number 2 and number 3, right? You're talking about mere percentage points.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Between the top 3, right? And the top 5, really. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the night, the Knicks might be number 1. You know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm getting at is this: we put a severe emphasis on one thing without taking into account another thing.
Right.
And so here's the other thing that I want to bring up. Right. Hey, L Hardwell, what's good? My brother's in the building. I love that mix, bro.
What's good? What's good, y'all?
Ain't nothing to it, man. Chilling, boss. Chilling.
Yeah, y'all. Hold on.
My boy Hardwill on his way out here on his way to the ATL right now.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yo,
let me put.
Y'all about to shut the A down. The A about to get shut down. I'm telling you right now.
Shut it down.
Look, I'm about to put that on all those signs and something interstate right now. Hardwell.
Yeah, we shut it down. We shut it down next week. Next Saturday, we shutting it down when we play against the Atlanta Hawks. We shut it down next Saturday.
I hope so.
Hey, so L, the point that I was getting at, right, is when the Knicks make a team miss, they don't capitalize on the miss. Right? Anybody in here Giants fan? Any Giants fans in here? Yeah, y'all remember when the Giants used to have
Did you say Jets or Giants?
The Giants fans.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking because the Jets are the complete opposite. What I was gonna say is the Giants used to have a defensive backfield that featured Jason Sehorn and Philippi Sparks, right?
Yeah.
And what they used to do on third downs, they could pick you off, but they could never do anything with the turnovers.
Right.
Right. Y'all remember that?
Yep.
Hey, L, you remember that? You remember when Philippi Sparks will pick the ball off and he'll run out of bounds, and the next thing you know, the Giants offense is punting right back to the team that they just picked off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I miss Jason Sehorn. You miss Jason Sehorn? Sehorn was all right until he got hurt.
Yeah, Sehorn used to pick people off, and he couldn't run it in for a touchdown. He'd go out of bounds, and then the Giants would get the ball back, and they punt it, and they 3 and out straight back to the team that they just picked off.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And people used to be mad, like, how do Giants keep losing 20-14, 20-7? It's because they get a lot of turnovers and sacks. but they can't convert it into nothing.
That's a fact.
This is the story with the Knicks. You make the team miss, now what?
Because we want to come down.
All right, let me ask you a question. Can you pick that same graph back up real quick if you don't mind?
All right, I got you. I got you, bro. I got you.
Because we talking about the Knicks defense, right? Where are we getting killed at? On the 3-point line, correctly?
Oh, yeah.
That's where we hurting at, right? Now,
No.
Uncle Freeze, you talk about all-around defense. I'm not talking about all-around defense. I'm talking about what's killing us, which is 3-point percentage. Now, you see where you at, Phil? Go move it over to 3 percentage. Yeah, right there. We're 30. Now, where we at on that list?
Everybody.
22nd.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking all around. I'm talking about, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's where we get killed at point of attack. That's where we getting killed. You throwing up your, we second and like, I'm talking about where we getting killed at. I'm not worried about the middle. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Beans. So we giving up 35.5% from 3. The league average is 36.
Which is bottom of the league. That's where we getting killed at.
Okay. All right.
So, I guess that for the sake of argument, right? Are we talking offense or are we talking defense? Because that's two different conversations.
So yeah. So the thing is with the 3-pointers to trading, to watch somebody knock down an open 3, right? But if somebody knocks down an open 3, guess how many points that is?
3.
That's 3 points, bro. If somebody knocked down an open 3, that's still just 3 points.
Yeah.
Right. So the point that I'm getting at is this team was hemorrhaging points, right? and they basically started on the path to becoming a great defense, and you don't see it yet because it's only been 15 games. They started out atrocious, right? When's the last time a team scored 120 points on us, Beans? And can anybody tell me I'm gonna find out what, let me see. I want to find out the worst points per game.
That's a lot of points, though.
That's a lot of points, right?
When the last time you scored 110?
Somebody scored the $120 on us. I know.
I think
One
it
of
was the Bucks, 126.
Did you touch on the fact, Freeze, that we are number 1 in points off? I mean, giving up points off the turnover, and we at the bottom. Did you touch on that? Like
right.
Teams score off our turnovers, they capitalize off of our turnovers.
Yes.
So we lead the league. We lead the league in allowing points over our turnovers.
So that is one of the things I wanted to get to, and the reason why I wanted to get to that and to some other things.
My bad, Freeze. I thought you touched on it already. My bad. I'm sorry.
Nah. I'm trying to progress towards a certain thing. I'm just trying to put these things in order, so we won't have leave the conversation thinking that this defense is awful right now and has been awful since day one. The reality is the offense was awful in day one, but slowly has gotten better over the course of time. Game 1, it was awful. Game 15, it's a lot better than it was.
Defensive teams get better as the season go on. They all start off slow. Defensive teams start off slow. Last year we started off slow defensively, but we got better. That's a give me with a Tom Thibodeau team. Expect the defense to get better, so we don't really have to cry about the defense based on who the coach is. He's a defensive coach. That's one aspect of the game we're gonna get together. So we don't have to worry about that. What we have to worry about is the personnel involved in it. It might take changes to make the defense better, which is coming.
And just to piggyback off of that, Rob, if you notice with Tom Thibodeau, he rather protect the paint than to protect the three. So he will allow the teams to score to take the 3-point shot. He
Yeah,
would live with that.
certain shooters he'll take out the game, but he will allow. That's how Miles Bridges beat us because, and you
Right,
see what happened the second game.
right,
He wasn't a factor because it was an anomaly that he shot like that.
right,
So
right.
next time he was taken, we didn't have to take him out the game. He just resorted back to who he was. He had
Exactly.
a hot game in Indiana, and then he resorted back to who he was in the Garden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Good
because
defense.
Miles is not a
Tibbs made an adjustment. Tibbs put Randall on Turner and Mitch. All right.
Yeah, so but
Somebody alarm
Freezy,
clock
I
went
I
just
off.
think that
wanted
was
to tell
Sergeant's
you,
alarm.
It wasn't me.
hey
I'm up.
Freezy,
Wake up, Sarge.
hey Freezy, what you said,
Yo,
hey Freezy, what you said
Just
about the
kidding, bro.
freezing moments. Hey, it was something that I wanted to talk about that you was right about. You know what I'm saying about is the rim thing with the first unit. Because if you look at the second unit, Rose and Quickly can't get to the rim. Obi benefits from it.
right.
On the first unit, the guards can't get to the rim. So you getting handoffs, shuffle 3-point shots instead of crisp passes coming to the 3-point line where you can set your feet. They're open shots, but they're not the open shots that the rhythm shots. You might get a shuffle pass with the guy 3 feet next to you, giving you the ball and you're open. So you're really chucking the shot rather than shooting the shot.
Right.
So, and defensively, if you got one person who can't guard his man, he have to play halfway in between the 3-point line and the rim. And then when the ball gets to the 3-point line, he got to charge out there or the closest man got to cover for him. We all know who we covering for.
Right.
So once you take that out the equation, the offense on the first unit, I would see getting better. But a change has to be made. The change have to come. They put your boy down there to the G League for a game. He back now. They getting him ready for something.
Yeah.
He was 25-9. Went down there, showed out right quick. They brought him right back up.
Brought him right back. Yep.
Yo, Rob. I think one of the problems is too that how like a lot of teams they able to hide their worst defender.
Yeah.
We can't hide our worst defender.
No.
Because it seemed like even the second string players that come into the game lick their chops at the fact of Kimber guarding them, and they just go straight to the hole.
Yeah,
like,
you
it's
can't
like
hide
basketball 101.
Kimber. The reason why you can't hide Kimber is because Fournier is not that great of a defender himself, but he's better than
Exactly.
So you can't hide him.
Nope. So whatever Fournier gives you, whatever Fournier gives you is what Fournier gives you. But we get beat at the point of attack.
He's not that guy.
No,
he's not that guy.
No.
And if you look
when you look at the game, you don't see Fournier get beat off the dribble as much as you see Kimber get beat off the dribble. Kimber gets beat off the dribble like every time down the court.
And he can't get to the rim no more, so nobody gets open threes. He goes down there and he circles around and he comes back outside. So nobody has to leave their man for him to get an open pass to a three. If you're getting a 3-point shot, it's usually coming from Randall or RJ. Kimber can't give it to you because nobody is following him.
And just to make a point about the whole hiding Kemba, if you look at Atlanta, they have DeAndre Hunter to hide Trae Young's deficiency. And we don't have that type of athletic wing long like that to hide Kemba. So basically, as to your point, Rob, your boy Fournier is a liability on defense.
Oh, ghetto.
The intellect.
Salute, ghetto.
Yo, GI in the building. What's up to the family? How y'all?
What's up, GI? What's good, bro?
I'm gonna wait my turn. I don't know how long y'all been cooking. I got a simple answer.
Go in and give it then. Give me your answer. You just came in.
we like simple.
Let's go ahead. Let's do simple.
I'm listening.
We got to slow the pace down. We gotta.
We're already 28th in pace,
and we need to be 36th. How many teams in the league? We need to be last.
No. That's not gonna happen.
We're already slow already.
Okay, hold on.
We turtling already.
Okay. When you speed up the pace, you lead the league in turnovers. You ain't winning no games. So you're not rebounding. You play at a fast pace, you leading it in turnovers, and then you just jacking threes. The games that we've been most competitive in, we play a half court, we're efficient on offense, and we can keep that score down over 100. We got to go back to the same model as last year, which is why not having a 6'9" wing is egregious. Leon Rose, y'all want to keep going? I'm listening, and I'm hearing everything. I'm almost all the excuses. So it's RJ's fault again. It's Randall's fault. It's Kemba's fault. It's Rose's fault. Period. We had a style of play. We had a character. Quality teams don't just change their roster and change their style of play every year. And Tibbs ain't that coach. You know he goes about it the same way every time. Y'all thought giving him Kemba and Fournier was going to be able to change his style of play overnight? Nah, guys, we got to go back to what we're doing last year. Or I got another answer. And I'm confident in this one. Because I'm watching McBride. Who's this Luka kid? Y'all see him move?
Yeah.
Do we have his rights? Is he a two-way player?
Yeah, he's a two-way player.
Yeah, we got him.
You seen him?
He came from San Antonio.
The other answer is, and I need my military men for this because I don't know the proper term, roll the tank. Roll the tank. Get the tank. Roll. Imani Bates, baby. Get the Imani Bates.
You alone with that tank, baby. You alone gonna be with that soft tank.
Man, look at here, man. Look, we don't need to slow it down to turtle walk because that's playoff basketball. You need that arsenal part of your game, but during the season, you don't want to grind out your whole team in a half court. You're going to put yourself to injuries, but you got to know how to play that style of ball. I'm not saying that, but not for right now. Not in game 15. That's playoff basketball when you get that, and you need that aspect on your team. I'm not saying I disagree with you, but right now you got to get through the season before you get there.
And Rob, everything you said was so factual it's not even funny. What I'm saying is, with Kemba, Rose, and Quickly as your point guards, trying to play a pace, you're gonna turn it over like crazy.
Hey, look at here. You can be to the middle. You don't have to be last in turnovers, but if you running around about 10, okay, yeah, you're about 10, you okay. You can pick up the place and be 10 in turnovers. We don't have to be number one without turnovers.
We got feedback.
Oh.
On somebody's mic. I don't know who it is.
That's not me. Yeah, so you don't have to be first, but you don't want to.
You got to throw everybody on mute and see where it could be. Karen.
Yeah, I'm working.
Is it Karen? Could be Karen.
Yeah, it's Karen. Yeah.
Hi, Karen.
All right.
So yeah, we stay about 10, but the thing comes down to pretty much removing Kemba from the lineup. I hate to keep on putting the brother out there like that though, but he possesses too much liability out there. So with that being said, it's like, remove him from the equation and everything will get better.
Rob, who are you going to put in, Rob? Quickly or Rose to start? Quickly, right?
I would go with Quickly.
I would cut Kemba and let him go find him a championship caliber team and he'd come off the bench for. The fact of the matter is, I'm looking at Knicks fans, and I don't know many fans that will admit that we weren't getting a all-star Kemba. I think most fans thought we were getting all-star Kemba. We could turn the ball over to and clear, the top of. And I said Carmelo Anthony was one of the quickest aging stars that played his game in this last generation. I was wrong. That man is Kemba Walker. He was up one day, and the next day he was just down after those injuries. He hasn't been.
He never had a career in Boston. He never had a career in Boston. And as soon as Kemba got to Boston, it was like injuries. We done. Let me get that paper. I'm glad he raped Boston, but then it seemed like Oklahoma had to pay the tab, and we left with the scraps. We crapped out on him, but it didn't cost us much. But we could have used his money for something else.
And I think that's the only difference is that the Knicks are used to overpaying for aging stars. This one was a gift. This one was a gift, but it's still a gift that we can't do anything with.
Yeah. He's like, thanks, but no thanks. Thanks, but no thanks, Kemba.
So I just want to say one thing real quick, right? So the league average, while y'all were talking, I did the math on the league average from 3. So the league average for all 30 NBA teams is 34.314353, whatever percent, right? So basically it's 34.3%, right? And so the Knicks are allowing above league average at 35.5%, right? I think if we get that number down some, I think you'll see a change.
Number one, Freezy?
But the only way you can get that number down is to slow the pace. You could just Freezy. I love the statement. Yeah,
that's not the only way you get that number down. How you get the number down is make teams miss.
No, yeah, but hold on. Let me let Karen do. Okay, but Freezy, you're not even getting in front of the man at the pace you're playing. We're turning the ball over, and they are running out and running their offense. Unless you guys are watching different games than I am.
No, we playing 4-on-5.
I could show y'all.
But Kemba is not covering.
We turned the ball over so much in Orlando. They just got out there off a turnover. So I don't know how you're going to think you're going to set up defense off a turnover.
Yeah, but young teams run though. Most of the winning teams, they don't run like that. Young teams run because they don't have nothing to use. They don't have nothing to use but energy.
Rob, I can't tell you, what you had this morning, you are drinking true syrup. So that's my point. Young teams are running and they're getting turnovers. They're making us play. The young teams are determining the pace that the Knicks play at, and we can't play at that pace without turning the ball over. It was a travesty to watch us play Orlando. And if we had
young kids,
it made me sick.
Unless we use our young kids, which we're not doing.
There you go, Nick.
Because like yesterday's game, the Magic game, what was very stressing was Mitchell Robinson went down. Then it was like a turnover effect, so you couldn't just blame one person. Mitchell Robinson went down, then he took out Obi and he brought in Randall. I don't think it's Randall's fault, but we didn't need Randall at that moment. We needed a 3-point shooter. We needed a young kid on the bench that is eager to show this crowd that he wants to be a Knick. Then on the top of it, we have the real blames goes to Derrick Rose, because we had a nice little turnover, but we don't blame Rose because Rose can do any damage in my eyes. So right now we're
bro. Nick Cass, come on, dog.
No, but somebody.
Come on, you sound
totally
desperate right now.
Too.
You sound mad desperate just now.
You
talking about how Derrick Rose, that team, when Derrick Rose turned that ball over.
I blame Derrick Rose.
Nah. That point was trash, bro. That point was whack. You sound crazy.
But that was a crazy pass.
You sound
it came out wrong.
That was careless.
Yeah. What I'm about to tell you. So Derrick Rose was down by 4 with 6 seconds left to go on the clock, and he tried to make a play, right, to cut the lead to a 1-possession game, and the dude picked the pass off, and they got to dunk the other way. We lost by 6.
Yeah, but what he was saying, Freezy, was this. He's just saying Derrick Rose been doing so much good that he don't blame him just for that one pass and gonna hold it against him.
Oh, I was about to say, I was about to say, Nick, as you,
yeah, that's what
the way you phrased it sound mighty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I said. It was a lot of turnover events because it was like the ref calling a no foul on them grabbing Obi. Remember when Obi got fouled and they brought him down? That should
right. And RJ, they fouled RJ twice like that. Yeah, I got you. You gonna have to rephrase this stuff, bro. Because
it came out, bro.
All hell Derrick Rose. All hell Derrick Rose. Never.
Yeah, that sounded crazy. I was about to say. I was about to say what the hell wrong with this dude?
Hey, look, But to
He said I look
G's
like
point,
Miguel Jordan. That was
look,
hilarious, though. Nick
but to
Gas is
Ghetto's
hilarious.
point, look, the teams that
Big
play
gas,
with
I got
pace
him.
like that, those are young teams. That's why the Lakers can lose to Oklahoma twice, because the Lakers gonna slow it down. But when you're running like that, but in a series, that type of ball won't win. You're gonna have to be able to half court it so you don't give up on that. So if you say the Knicks is gonna win 50 games, these are some of the 30s that we're gonna lose. You know, these games count to the loss column. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
you're gonna lose to teams that you're supposed to beat.
Losing those 2 games to
You're
Orlando
gonna
at
beat
home.
teams you're gonna beat teams. Look, you take that team, you beat the world champions, and you lose to that. What victory you really want?
Losing those two games at home to Orlando almost guarantees you don't get the 50 win.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Look, but I'm saying my point on the 50 wins is this here. The 50 wins is going to be the 32 losses are going to be wrapped up in games like that.
Yeah.
You're going to have those games.
You could lose once. You could lose once to Orlando at home. You can't lose twice. Not in the same month.
You can go 2-2 in Orlando and still win 50 games, because we got to play them in Orlando again. You finish that season 2-2 against Orlando, no harm, no foul.
Rob, you got to address the flaws in your roster. You lose
no
2
doubt.
games.
But I'm talking about a game. I'm not saying don't address the flaws. You fix them, and then we beat Chicago in Chicago. That wasn't expected.
No, what I'm saying is this roster cannot win 50 games because you don't know what's going to show up night. They're Jekyll and Hyde night in and night out.
Well,
maybe they'll stop at them. Go ahead.
When Tibbs whip them into shape, we'll see what we got. We only 15 games in.
We're closer to 20, but that's okay.
Okay, yeah, we 15. 16? Okay, we 16 games in. Let's get through. We ain't a quarter of the season yet. I seen the Tibbs team start off 1-11, and then in the next 30 games they was like 24-6.
By the way, shout out to Simmer Singh. I haven't seen Simmer in a while. Simmer Singh, what up, buddy?
You know, we just gonna get through the 21st. When he make that first adjustment in his 20 games, Kimmer is not gonna be in the starting lineup no more. I guarantee it. And then we move forward.
Kimber should be cutting to be able to find another team, so we can get that roster spot.
I think that cutting them, so I think somebody will pick them up.
As he should, because I think that keeps our
karma
good.
Let us get that second round pick.
I think that keeps our karma good. Cut him, let him free him up to somebody else can get him for cheap. All we gotta do is clear up a roster spot. Keeps our karma together. It didn't work out. We let the man go on. He's a veteran. Treat him like a veteran, and we gotta go use our young guys. There's no sense in keeping Kimber on this team.
Yeah, but let's see who want him first. You want to try to get something for him first.
Right, fair enough.
You know, you try.
But the problem is you lock them in. The good teams have roster issues. And Karen, Karen, you better go ahead and speak so that way maybe your background is right. No, go ahead, Karen. Go for it.
Karen, are you in a sweatshop?
Stop, Nick Cass.
Yeah. Go ahead, Karen.
Karen, go for it.
Okay, I think Karen has some technical difficulties here. I'm trying to get her get her mic on and get her in the building, but I think
we take Kim to the bench.
Rob, let me ask you a question. Oh, go ahead, Karen.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yeah, I agree with Rob. Mo?
Hey, we hear
you. Go ahead, Karen. We hear you.
I agree with what you guys are saying.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, we try to keep it authentic.
So no, she said she agreed with Rob. Right? I don't know why is Rob so good this morning, Uncle Freezy? Did he get a good night rest? What's going on?
He had oranges this morning.
I slept out a holiday.
Something happened because he is on point this morning. In fact, I'm going on mute and let him cook.
Hey man. Hey, so I wanted to because I think sometimes we get these points that are all over the place and without context. What I was saying about the stats that I brought up is the defense is not the problem, bro. It's offense.
Lack thereof.
Right, lack of consistent offense.
Right.
Because what you've seen so far this year is in certain games, one person will get hot and everybody else will just be like ice cold.
Yep.
Right? So we hadn't had, think about this. Have you had the 30-20-20 game yet? Where one person scores 30 and other people score 20?
No.
Have you had that game yet, Rob?
I don't think we had that yet.
Yeah, you know how Durant or Curry scored 30 and Clay and Durant would score 20? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, we ain't had that yet. You know what I'm saying? We hadn't had that game where you see the best of what this offense has to offer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what you think about that, L?
Say it again, Freeze.
So what you think about the consistent offense? Like, what do we need in order to have this offense to be consistent?
They need better. They need to let RJ run the offense through RJ. See, when I say run the offense through RJ, that doesn't mean that he's the primary scorer. This the primary ball handler. You know, when he's at the top of the key, he's able to dribble, drive, and penetrate. In return, he looks for the open man when he drives to the hole. Unlike Julius, when he gets the ball, he pounds the ball. Kemba, he's defers to Julius. When Julius tried to get Fournier in the game, they hand the ball off to Fournier. He sets the pick. Meanwhile, Julius' man is standing right there with him, and Fournier tries to go around the pick and shoot a contested three-point. Unlike when RJ got the ball, he resets. He get everybody in a spot, get the flow of the offense going.
Right.
So I think what they need to do, for my personal view, is take Fournier out of, or Kemba out of the starting lineup. Either one of them out of the starting lineup, and put them with the bench. Who you bringing off the bench? More than likely, it's probably going to be Burks to start for Fournier, and you move RJ back to the 2 guard. That's my quick take.
Can I get a chance to respond?
Sure. This your show?
I am a part of this network, and I'm no longer splitting time anywhere else. If it's not on this network, you won't see my face. But with that said,
that's a shame, Gi, because we ain't seen you on our show yet.
Oh,
and
you know what? I'm sorry.
And you got 2 of the heavy hitters sitting right on the panel with you. You got myself and Hardwell up here.
Hardwell's not a fan of mine though, so I leave that.
Yo, hey, Hardwell, where you at, bro?
He in a car, it looks like.
No. I mean, where we're at.
What's up, Freeze?
Where you at? You in South Carolina yet?
Nah, I'm in Jersey.
Jersey.
Oh, you in Georgia?
Oh, I thought you said Jersey.
No, I'm in Jersey right now. I'm going to the airport.
Oh, you going to the airport? Oh, okay.
He about to land in North, baby.
Yeah.
Brick City all day.
I wanted to say, in reference to everything what we talking about, shout out to everybody on the panel. I just wanted to say the key word, fellas, is chemistry. And you know why? If the bench could do that, then that shows you right there. And G.I., you had great points, but I don't think we should have to slow it down too much. If the bench isn't slowing it down and it's working, even though you're right, they got more younger guys over there. But that's the problem with Tibbs. He don't want to go with the younger guys because he's stuck in his ways. But that's working better for us right now because the ball is sticking. So with the starters, I mean, or how you on a team and it's just like I said before, you don't give me the ball on time, or you don't really want to give me the ball, it starts to show. And the bench isn't really like that. Right. So the key word is chemistry, fellas. Give us a little bit of time. And I'm going to be honest, I was feeling funny about the defense until about the numbers freeze. But we still have to say that we have to be able to keep our man from getting by us to stop having to depend on Mitch leaving his man because nobody's realizing, nobody's rotating when that happens. That's important. If we could say whatever about what the numbers, but we want to go far. We have to get defenders that can stop their man, even if we make the adjustments that make more sense, because Burks could keep his man in front of him. That's why you realize he was on the court last game in the fourth quarter, like at the point, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So that's my main take on it, is chemistry, and guys do need to play better defense as far as letting guys blow bottom, because they depending on Mitch. And if Tibbs got to have that strategy, right, that goes to show he don't believe in our man-to-man defense. We can have that strategy, but if we tighten it up more on the wings, it'll be much better, because we need Mitch and our bigs to last.
Right.
I
got a question. I got a question for you. Y'all let me have this moment with Hardwell, right?
Hold on. I didn't get my take. Let me get my take on this, and I'll be 30 seconds. The only reason I disagree with you, Freezy, is because you're saying you want to be more offensive. When last year we were a defensive team, we changed 2 players. I don't think you can change 2 players and change your identity. I'm trying to say the only way the Knicks are going to be good year after year is having an identity. And then the Tibbs, that identity starts on defense. So if you're trying to turn up the pace, turn over the ball more often, take inefficient shots, it's going to make you worse on defense. We're going to, in effect, be a worse team. That's my take. I'm done.
So Hardwell, I just want to ask you this, right? What is your favorite offense to see? Like your favorite basketball offense, your favorite set. Like
that's a good question.
Yeah. So what do you
I just like smart and team ball. Like if you could take your man, take him. If they help make the right play, it's just like I can say right now. Warriors, and it is Curry, so it's like I'm just picking the best players in the league, kind of, sort of, so it's not really fair.
Right.
But at the same time, I try to say it like that. I like good basketball, team basketball. That's why before we was talking about it, and I was saying, like, if you don't give me the ball on time or give me the ball, I might not even play as hard on defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's key on our Knicks team, because the bench has that chemistry where, they all going hard for each other, and it seems like Tibbs keep trying to revert back and put the starters in sometime, which is all good because you got to keep your whole team in the game, but it messes us up. So it's a few teams I like right now offensively, but they got top players on their team. So, what y'all said was right about Kemba, and we need somebody in there that's going to be able to take their man and D up, like Quickly is playing more of a two-way player.
Right.
We need something like that. But it's a lot of teams, Freezy, but they got better players than we have as far as guard play, as far as, two-way play, and to put the ball in the hoop. And my key point is, like, basically, we not stopping the ball. We not stopping the ball. You said we second in defense, right, Freeze?
Field goal percentage against,
right? Okay. But when we lose, right, we not playing the defense like I think Beans was saying it. What I'm seeing, you could say it's the shots, you know what I mean? But look at the last game. We both was missing and we still lost that game.
Right.
Remember?
Right. Yeah.
So sometimes if he said, like G.I. said it, Tibbs is a
but your point,
coach.
but Will,
he's
your
right
point
about
was,
that.
But your point said, but you said something right now, and I think you glossed over it. You said when both teams are missing, right? When both teams are missing shots, right? That's my whole point to the whole conversation this morning, right?
No, I know that's my example.
Right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm getting at. Is not necessarily just the defense, but when we're missing shots, even with good defense, we can't win.
Yeah, but Freezy, that's what he's trying to say too, Freezy. We still have to make shots, granted. But if we not making shots, then we are about defense. The Knicks are built off of grit and defense. That's more of our style. Right. So that's the point a lot of people's trying to make. I think GI too. So we got to stick more on that. Yeah, you right too, because we got to make the shots to win.
Right.
You just going by the numbers. But other teams have us figured out. If they could get by their man and Mitch helps, they make an easy play.
Right.
We didn't make an adjustment to that. Y'all don't agree with that?
No,
Y'all don't see that?
Will, you preaching?
no. I
Freezy
agree with
just
that.
wants to challenge you for whatever reason, Will.
Nah, I'm just a challenger. I'm a challenger.
Yeah, but you got to make it make sense, though, Freeze.
What
So
I'm
we
saying
can
is
be
making sense.
intelligent.
What it is I need to make it elementary.
No, but can I
I
make
need to
one
make
more
it
sense about my
elementary.
point?
Good luck
I mean,
with
I need
that.
to break it. I need to
Good
break
luck
it
with
down
that, Uncle
more.
Freezy. You
The
want to do
only
Kevin
reason I
Phil, you'll
brought up
never
the
beat me in
Orlando
that.
game, the only reason I brought up the Orlando game, because they didn't shoot well neither, right? We thought we were supposed to have that last game, right? So we were supposed to. I got another good example. The game before that, we held it to 4 points in the fourth, right?
10.
10
Right?
points. 10 points.
Oh, my
10
bad,
points.
10. My bad, excuse me. But that's great defense. See what I mean? We hold our hats on that. And that was my point of bringing up another good example of what we hold our hats on. Now, Freezy, we can't say you're wrong if we're saying that, yeah, they're supposed to make their shots.
Right.
But we're not. Both teams aren't. So we're supposed to stop that team and pull off that win. But we didn't. And we can't really hold it against our team because we're going to win some, we're going to lose some. And I heard somebody say it earlier, you know, I don't know if you rather lose against the Magic and beat Milwaukee, because that keeps me even kill. It don't really make sense to me. We're supposed to destroy the Magic. That's like playing with your food.
Right. Right.
That's no, you know what I mean? No excuse for that, bro.
Right. Now we're not supposed to be. But the thing about it is this. We held the Magic below our season average defensively. Right. Our season average defensively was 107. We held them to 104, and we still lost.
You know why, too?
Freezy,
we shooting way too many threes, Freezy.
See, but that's a different point, though.
I'm giving you another point. I'm giving you another great point. If you look at that game, we kept shooting threes. We kept shooting threes. We kept shooting threes. That's why we lost. When you look at what we lost by, we take a few more of those baskets or those shots to the basket, and we don't lose that game.
And let me add,
think about it.
We were shooting 60% from anything inside of the 3-point line. And we were shooting 10% from three. But we kept jacking threes. That's coaching. That's coaching.
It's more than one problem, Freezy, we have to fix with that. He should not let them keep jacking threes. Go to the hole, get foul, make your free throws. When you look at the end of the game, how much we lost by, if we only lost by that, y'all shot too many threes. That's what I'm telling my team. Go to the hole, make your free throws.
We lost by 6 points. We lost by 6.
That's my point. But you know what it is, though? They looking at how good we is with three and then. You know, if we would have made 2 more threes, we win that. You know how they look at it. Analytics. No, go to the hole. We're a Knicks team.
Right. Well, but so I feel you on that. And so the other thing too is you got to look at what we got to look at too. And this is a part of the eye test, and that you can't quantify in statistics. RJ Barrett went to the hole 3 times and got fouled and pushed into the stanchion, and they didn't call anything. And this is the Orlando game, right?
Right.
Obi Toppin went to the hole once, got fouled, pushed into the stanchion, right? And he didn't get a foul called on him. On the stat sheet, all it goes down as is a missed shot, right? It just goes down as a missed shot. But when you watch the game, you saw RJ was fouled because Breen himself said this is the 3rd time in a row RJ Barrett went to the basket and was physically pushed into the what's the name? And the ref and they didn't call it. Right. Because I noticed the first one, but when he said it, when Mike Breen said it, I was like, wow, it's been 3 times.
Yeah, Freezy.
Hey.
Freezy, good point there. I agree with you. Good point.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you can't quantify. Like the thing is on the stat sheet it goes down as a missed shot. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. There's nothing we can do about it. We go to the hole, we get fouled, we don't get the fouls called, and now the other team, RJ Barrett, is in the stanchion, have to get up off the floor and run full speed. At the same time, those young athletes that G.I. was talking about has a full head of steam going the other way, with numbers in their favor.
You're not gonna catch them.
Right. That's especially not RJ, because RJ is not an elite athlete anyway. You know what I'm saying? So these are the small things that I'm hoping to what I'm trying to build is the parameters of a conversation for us to add all the details about the offense and not just say, pick one, like we don't go to the free throw line enough, or you know what I'm saying, we don't shoot good enough from three. You know what I'm saying? What it is there are so many different things that's going into it that has this offense off balance, that even when everybody adds their point to it, they can't be wrong because what they say makes sense.
So,
but can we all agree that the offense start with the point guard?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's an agreement that we can all agree with, right? So
yes,
it should. It should.
All right. Yeah, it should start. So with that point being said, and we all agree with it, the point guard in the first unit has to take the responsibility of the offense.
Right.
Until the coach decides to make a change in that situation. You know,
and
you
I
can
really
always
don't
have
think
somebody
that.
else. You can always have somebody else handle the ball, but that doesn't make them the point guard. They're doing exactly what they're doing. They're handling the ball because we have somebody on the floor that's supposed to handle the ball that's not doing his job or can't do his job, lack to health, really, age and nutrition. So we have to put that in the equation too as we look at our point guard.
And I think that Kemba is not really putting the guys in position to win. You know, I think personally, he's just coming down and looking for his shot. He's not like telling Randall where to go, post up. He's not initiating where people need to go. And that's why I think the offense is just anyhow, and people just jacking up shots and doing anything that they want. Go ahead,
exactly. That's
so. I mean, the only thing I would say, I will reiterate my original statement. Are we talking because Will's point? We talked about defense. Now the conversation is about the offense. What are we talking about? Somebody help me.
It's always been about. Look, Golden State got the #1 defense. And they pay what pace. They probably about like in pace, they probably in the top 10 and the #1 defense. So that kind of like puts a hole in what GI wants us to do. You know, because you can do the same thing at the same time and be efficient. So we have to be efficient in our offense. And what makes us efficient in our offense is the point guard. Now, Freezy already made the connection that the defense is not that bad, based on the numbers from last year. So we can pretty much move on. When we're watching the game, the eye test, we ain't too much tripping on the defense. We're tripping on what the first unit is doing on the offense. Am I right?
Well, you have a point. I think it's a dual point, right? Because I'm telling you right now, if you're not playing a good defensive basketball game, then what you're doing on offense is limited. It's limited, and I'm gonna tell you why, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you.
We need steals, and we need to be running. We need steals. We need to be
100%. 100%. So if you're not stopping the ball, if you're not creating turnovers, and you're not playing transition basketball, then whatever you're doing on the defensive end of the core of the floor is I hate to say not that important, but you have to be able to capitalize on turnovers, right?
And my point,
but you can't. But you gotta. On defense, though, you can't be both at the same time.
You right? and that was the basis of my original question, Richie.
Right.
Are we talking about offense or are we talking about defense?
Right. You're right. You can't like on defense. Let me first introduce our boy. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, Shazam?
Oh, Shazam.
What's going on, fellas?
I gotta
here, man.
I gotta go, fellas.
Man. Oh man, dag worldwide wet L. Darn.
I'm saying, I'm running a business over here. I gotta go to work. I can't sit down all day.
I'm just saying, man.
When I come on,
you got to stay, brother.
I love you. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, you too.
But I gotta go.
It's good to see you.
I love you guys. You and G.I. go. G.I. slid out of here?
Yeah, he did.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
Hey, yo, man.
Can I address that I said?
Oh, go ahead.
Now, I just wanted to say, I brought up the defense, and I said, what Freezy said, I mentioned the numbers he brought up, but we still could see that we need to make adjustments, and Kemba is part of it. That's why I think he keeps saying, get Kemba out of that position. so we can stop the ball from
100%.
Yeah, that's what Rob. Yeah, that's what Rob said.
Which
Yeah.
brother?
That's my main point.
I see y'all guys later. Yo, come mess with us tonight, 9 o'clock, fellas. For the love of the game, we in the building.
Yeah,
All right, worldwide. Peace out, bro.
All right, hard. See you later, bro.
All right.
All right, bro. I'll be out there in a little while. All right.
Worldwide looks like that guy from The Wire that goes, "She." I don't want to say.
Yeah. You talking? Yeah.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
So Cornerstone Kev told everybody to hold on 1 second while he jumped on the screen.
Okay.
We got a live stream. We got a live stream going, bro.
Hey, G, this is what I was saying. Hey, G, when we looking at the game right now, the biggest thing with the Knicks is right now that everybody is looking at. You could talk about offense, defense, but it's how the first unit is struggling offensively. That's what the problem is.
Unathletic. They're unathletic.
All right, so with that being said, they're struggling.
Yeah.
So that's why we're talking about offense, because that's where they're struggling offensively. They are struggling. So now we're trying to find what the cause of them struggling is. That offensively and defensively, the scapegoat or the weakest link is Kemba.
So Rob, I get what you're saying.
And Fournier.
Not Fournier. So Fournier is he's a product of Kemba's environment, because he's always chasing down Kemba's man, and it makes him look bad because he got to chase down his own, and he's not that good of a defender himself.
I'm gonna go back to the original statement I made when I first came on the pod, right? Where we talked about the roster and what the roster needs to look like. And we've seen what it looks like, and it was successful. And it goes back to what Freezy talked about, what the starting five should look like in the next game. And if the Knicks don't explore this, then we're doing ourselves a detriment, not being able to look beyond what we've already seen and what people perceive the status quo to be. So what I want to see, and I'm Rob, this is where I'm going, Rob, so stay with me. Hopefully, at this point, Nerlens at some points gets healthy, because I need to see him on the court. I want a Nerlens Noel. I want a Julius Randle. I want an Obi Toppin. I want an Emmanuel Quickly, and a Kemba Walker. I'm sorry, I left RJ out. How did I leave RJ out? I'm sorry.
You gave him Obi's spot.
No. Obi is playing the 3. I want RJ in the 2 and Kemba at the 1. That's what I want to see.
Okay. So by starting that, what do you get?
You get athleticism, you get energy, and you get ball movement. So when you got guys that are running up and down the court, you can match that pace. Right now, our starting five cannot match the pace.
So you're going to trust Kemba to find Obi.
Say again?
You're going to trust Kemba to find Obi like Rose and IQ do?
No.
No.
What we'll do is trust RJ to find Obi like RJ find Mitchell Robinson.
Exactly.
So then why is Kemba on the floor?
Good point.
Because so if you take Kemba off the court, who are you putting in his spot?
Quickly.
Okay, and who's playing the 2? RJ's playing the 2.
Yeah.
Leave it the way you want it, but Kemba does. I don't know why you so stuck on using Kemba.
I would tell you why, Rob, and I'm gonna go back to what we did last year, right? You paying this dude a whole bunch of money to play basketball, and you're
not.
You're not. Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay. All right.
And that's relative too, by the way.
Yeah, he's not under contract like that. We paying him what? 8. We owe him right now. We probably what, $9 million a year?
8
million a year.
Yeah, 16 for the 2 years.
Kevin Knox makes more than him. So what are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm gonna say this.
And he don't even play. He's chilling. He getting paid this.
And hey, Nick Gas, and I don't know why you not clowning these people on the panel, bro. Are you sick today?
No, I'm flabbergasted. I'm taking notes like Sergeant used to do back in the days.
Yeah, always. So what I would say is this, right?
I think you're just taking it easy on people, bro.
I'm not averse to playing Kemba or replacing Kemba. At this point, if we went about performance up to this point, I would replace Kimba and Fournier. Both, but the backcourt will be changed.
You just did, but you left Kimba.
I did.
RJ for Fournier.
Rob, this is why you have to realize when you start subbing people in, you have to have a to come behind the person that's in the game. So not Kimba plays 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't care. But whoever comes behind him, I have to have the same level of intensity and play when that person comes in. I don't want to drop off.
Nah, well, you're gonna get a drop off, bro. Because if you put Kimba and Fournier on the bench together, you're gonna get the same thing off the bench that you was getting in the starting lineup.
Same thing.
Which is why I'm not putting Kimba and Fournier on the bench at the same time. That's
All
in the rotation.
So this is why they become situational.
Kimba needs to be in the rotation, period.
Situational. Grom and McBride come on that second unit. That's how I'm looking.
Get him, Bean. So you saying not only are you taking them out of the lineup, they minutes are going to be like Kevin Knox?
I'm just saying situational. We know how situational can get. That means anything from 30 seconds to 40 minutes with Tibbs. You know what situational means?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm with that.
They'll just be on that boat.
I'm with that.
Can't get mad. You know what I'm saying? We trying to improve. We trying to win.
I do see Kemba getting half of Rose minutes. So if Rose plays 22, Kemba plays 12.
That's $27 million on your out of the rotation though.
I don't care how much.
Yeah, but he's selling
Knox can sit on the bench. He can too.
He's making the money back.
The Knicks is not hurting for no money. So if Knox can sit on the bench, Kemba can sit next to him.
Like they
Cornerstone Kev is looking official. Cornerstone Kev is looking official.
He looking lost in the cubicle. I don't know how you can be lost in the cubicle, but Cornerstone can do that.
What did you say? What'd you say, Snaggletooth? What'd you call
it? I said you looking lost in your cubicle right now. If you need a GPS to find out where your phone and your computer at, let me know when I will send it to you.
You better leave me alone before I come down to Tampa and knock them dentures out your teeth. You know what I'm saying? You know them dentures you got there.
Yeah, that's an open Cali State, man. I wouldn't talk to a Floridian like that.
No, I'm just saying, man. Let me tell the panel in the chat this. I've been agreeing almost with everything that this individual been saying for like the past couple of days, and then he gonna try and roll on me just a few moments ago. What is that?
He's saying that we need Frank Ntilikina. We need Frank. Cornerstone Kev.
Then you go. And now here you go. There you go. I've been on. Listen, who is Frank? Who is Frank? All right. I'm focused on these Knicks right now. I need these problems solved. I need Evan Fournier solved. I need Kemba Walker solved. I need Mitchell Robinson solved.
Get rid of Kemba Walker, it will solve Evan Fournier.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I agree with Rob on that. I agree.
I don't know if I do. Look, I don't. Because
you take out Kemba. Let me explain to you why. Follow me, Sergeant, right quick. Let me explain to you why. Okay, number one, on defense. We're gonna start off with defense because you want to start this. So we're gonna start off with defense.
I didn't say that, but okay.
All right. So now look, Kemba can't play close to his man because his man will blow by him. So therefore, he got to give his man 5 to 7 feet. That allows his man to shoot the jump shot right there in his face. And if he gets closer, it allows him to blow by him because Kemba can't keep up. And then if you run him around us, then if you run him anywhere near Fournier is going to have to pick up Kemba's man and leave his own. Then there's a chain of events. RJ got to get Fournier's man, everything, because you're playing 4 and 5.
Right
now, that's on the defensive end. So therefore, Kemba can't get to the rim no more. So now you can just follow Kemba to the rim, and then there's no 3-point shooters to kick out to because everybody is staying on their man because Kemba can't do nothing and he can't get by his man. So then the offense suffers.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Rob.
And then plus Kemba's little.
Because I agree with everything. Small. I agree with everything you're saying. Why did Kemba have so much success, even though he was a defensive liability with all those Charlotte teams?
Because he had speed and he could get to the basket.
He was in his
He didn't have
prime.
arthritic knee. He didn't have none of the problems that he has right now. Age and nutrition has tore Kemba down. He can't give you that no more. He's not that Charlotte. Even when he went to Boston, he couldn't do what Charlotte did. How long did he last in Boston with that contract? A year and a half.
A year. All right.
Before
So with
they
that
got rid
being
of him.
then that being said, as the coach in Tibbs, should he make the switch between Rose and him then?
No,
Or
this is what he's going to do. Tibbs give veterans at least 20 games. If you look at last year, when he changed that lineup, he waited to the quarter of the season, about 20 games in, before he took Knox out the starting lineup, before he stopped using players, and he installed what he thought would work going to forward. You get ready to see a change within the next 5 games, and I will bet $1 to a fat man at Burger King that it's gonna be Kemba.
I ain't even been at Burger King.
Freezy, did not say that to you this morning when we was having the discussion. Exactly what Rob said.
okay, so this is going to be an unpopular take from me.
Oh boy.
All right, because I was mentioning it yesterday, and I've been talking with these 2 individuals. I'm not even going to call their names out, but
yes, Frank Ntilikina had 13.
No, and then yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway, I'm on record saying I want Grimes and McBride playing because I think McBride. I'm asking Rob. I'm not asking you two because we've already talked. You've already given your thing. Rob, I say Grimes and McBride because if you're talking about defense, these guys can give it to you. So we're getting them in there. All you're doing is just moving some of the guys from the bench up one. If you're talking about the change, those are the changes that I would like to see.
Yeah, I don't have no problem.
He a bad coach, bro.
I don't have no problem with Bryant and Grimes playing. Long as you ship quickly to the starting lineup, somebody got to get. You can even downstep Kemba to situational and move up one of them young players. And then if Kemba gets disgruntled, where you want to go?
Which I don't think he will. Which I don't think. The difference between him and Alfred is attitude. You see, Kemba is more of a team chemistry person, attitude-wise, than Alfred Payton was. Alfred Payton would do well for us right now, but his attitude was crap.
Good point, Kev. Go, Kev. Yeah. Keep going. You on a roll.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I mean, that's all I have.
Keep going. You on a roll.
That's all I really have to say. I mean, as much as of a Alfred Payton fan I did not like his attitude, and we saw that firsthand last year when I went to the game against Phoenix. While the team was all gathering together, he was on the other side he was on the exercise bike, not even engaging or anything like that. And then once he got demoted by Tibbs, he was really checked out.
Good point, Kev.
I
think that's one of the better points you made. I think that's one of the better points you made in a while, bro.
Shut up,
serious. Because that's one of the points you have in the Knicks universe.
Can I challenge that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I don't feel his attitude was messed up, man. I think he was very professional, man. It could have got uglier. He held it down all year. He still did what he was asked, even when D Rose came and everybody knew we wanted him out. He still kept it professional until they made the switch in the playoffs. His mom said something or something like that. I'm not jacking that. He kept it professional all year. Hey, look, let me put this in there. Low key, I think if we still had Alfred Payton instead of Kemba Walker, that Fournier would get off more.
Yep, I agree with you.
But let's talk about let's don't act like he was a locker room terror or something like that. He was Tibbs' guy that played defense. Once you got Tibbs, you got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't go like he was like, come on, that's foul.
I love the level of hate that Rob.
Yeah,
while sitting back like
Like,
like
come
I don't know
on.
how you hate Kemba so much. And Kemba's not the big culprit. Like, come on.
You
Put
talking about
I'm not
level of hate,
saying
Nick Gas, but you
some
cuss
of that
Randall all the
energy.
time, bro.
Put some of that
I'm seeing
energy
you
on
cussing
Randall, man.
Randall in the chat all the time.
Nah,
You
Randall's
talking about
got
level of hate
no.
for Kemba, but you cussing Randall 24/7.
the player. Look,
How
the
do you
player of the
feel?
year, what the most improved player you got beef with? I got beef with
That was
somebody
not
who
an
can't
award
get to
for
the
me. That was
basket.
a self award. The most improved and the coach award, that was for them. That had nothing to do with the franchise. And yeah, that was cute, but that was a personal thing. Like that didn't do nothing for me.
But look, I got a problem with a player that can't get to the rim, can't play defense. You got a problem with the
I
most
saw a game.
improved in the top 15
I
player.
saw a game that Kemba was the first was a player that scored the first 10 points. So
Yeah, but look, check this out.
you're gonna
You
dismiss
know
that?
what? You know what Rozier
And
did to him?
every time he mess up, the next game he comes in and gives you at least some points.
But look, check this out. But that same game, right? Kimba had 26, Rozier had 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's your point?
My point is your boy don't play no defense. He ain't giving us nothing when it looks like he is.
Empty stats. Is that what it is?
Empty as a garbage can after the garbage man just dumped it.
Ew.
But you want to trade. But you want to, boy. Let me be quiet.
Hey, I just wanted to say this thing to Beans right quick, man. Beans, you can talk on the panel when Staffordon is here, bro. You ain't got to be quiet. I promise you, bro. I will mute Staffordon, bro, so you can feel comfortable. If you want
he made good points today, man. I ain't no hater, man.
Okay.
He making good points, man. As long as he keep doing that, he good. He stay out the fire.
Okay. So Staffordon, he will kiss the ring then.
I ain't kissing nobody ring, bro. What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, all of us Beans when me and Beans be in the video chat, when me and Beans be in the chat together, we usually go after everybody, and then Staffordon showed up, and now Beans quiet. That's
and Baked Beans, I'm sorry, I got to disagree with you. Before I got off, I got to disagree with you. Seeing things from from a distance and being there, the guy had checked out completely. And
what? Then y'all tell me my man was getting nachos. Y'all told me this dude was getting nachos all game. And then all of a sudden,
who was getting nachos?
He an expert. Yeah. Oh my God. G-Man, y'all was lying.
I'm going to knock his teeth out. His dentures out.
G-Man, I'm just letting you know you're not reliable no more, bro.
I'm not even going to fly into Tampa. I'm going to fly into Orlando, drive down there, and knock his teeth out. His dentures. He doesn't even have teeth. They're not even teeth. They're dentures.
G-Man, you told me my man was at the concession stand the whole time.
If anybody in the chat knows, does anybody remember Leon Spinks? That's G-Man right there.
Wow.
That's G-Man right there. Okay. Take your teeth out. Take your teeth out.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's bring this back down to what is relevant right now. What we're talking about. Because right now, Kev is having cubicle sinus attack right now. He don't know how to act when in the cubicle. He is not used to being in the cubicle, number one, right?
All right, Kev, I got one for you. Big bro.
Okay. Yeah, talk to me.
All right, listen to this. You said he was disconnected from the team last year when you seen all that.
Right.
All right, I understand that. But is that after we already booed him at home? Is that after we already said we wanted to switch?
That was before. That was before because the game I went to again that me and Jay Boogie went to. That was the Phoenix Suns game, and he was in there.
That was after we done booed him.
Yeah,
that was
after already booed.
That was after. That was way after because that was
way after. We done gave him the business by then.
Yeah.
If you look at it like that, I respect that. How would you pick Randall's attitude this year so far? Your captain.
Oh, bro.
Now let's get it going.
Here we go.
Staffordon, I'm just gonna ask you, Staffordon. I'm gonna ask you to just please take it easy on Beans, bro.
Yeah, I don't have a Baked Beans. I don't have a problem with practically with no one's attitude. Everybody's, is status quo as
So
far as I'm concerned.
Randall's playing the same. Is he has been improved?
So your captain, my bad.
Because your captain was the engine, and right now is on salvage. It's a salvage.
Because of Kemba.
This
Because of
$100 million
Kemba.
man.
What's the missing? What wasn't there last year that's there this year?
Kemba is a fender. Kemba is like you can still drive. You can still drive with a messed up fender.
You're right.
If my engine is leaking, if my engine is stopping on the middle of the highway, like Randall is, I have a bigger problem than I don't have a fancy fender. I could fix my
But you
fender.
brought him in. You brought Kemba in to be the ignition, and he's not lighting anything. So
Thank you.
revamp the offense.
And Beans, you call me
the boost.
And Beans, you call me a Randall apologist, and look at your boy next to you, Oracle, whatever his name is. Come on, man.
The Oracle.
Listen. When I heard that we got Kemba, I thought
I've been trying to catch him. It's hard to catch Kev. It's hard to catch him.
When Kemba, when we got Kemba, in my mind, I thought here was a guy that can finally.
Can you put your camera down?
Take the
Put your camera
hold on.
down.
There we
Yeah.
go.
I want to see your chest. I want
This
to
is
see.
Saving a lot of
Pause.
a guy that could bring the ball up. Finally, a point guard. We've been clamoring for a point guard. He was going to be that. No, it's not a new shirt, man. It's not a new shirt.
So who's your favorite Knicks player? Because I feel like you have a secret agenda, a hidden agenda. Who's your favorite player? I feel like you have a hidden agenda, bro. Who's your favorite player right now? Just asking. Let the fans want to know. There's 72 people out here and thousands around the world that have watched this. They want to know.
I can tell you who my favorite player is.
Yeah, we already know it. Everybody and their mother knows who your favorite player is.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I don't have one. I don't have one right now. I don't. Everybody, I love everybody. I love everybody.
Whose jersey are you buying?
Whose jersey am I going to buy?
I bought Quickly. Quickly took my money. Like, I'm willing to spend my money on Quickly or OB Toppins. And then
I know who's.
Kemba. I will never.
Okay, I'll say this. I know whose jersey I will have maybe by next year or so. I'm going to have either McBride or Grimes' jersey. Because again, I think
that was a boring answer. They don't even play. Just like, come on.
But they will. They will. I believe they will.
When Tips leaves, when we get when he gets the Dwayne Casey treatment.
Why you think Tibbs won't play him?
I don't know.
Wait.
Let's see here, Rob. Here's the problem that I'm having with that. What you just
going to play him though, Kev?
Hey, Stephen,
between now and 2 weeks, one of them going to be playing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think Grimes is going to be the one. Because here's the thing, Rob. Tibbs was the one that handpicked these rookies. At least two of them, and Grimes and McBride. He handpicked those guys.
I think he's gonna play him soon, very soon.
Yeah, G-Man, why you putting your
so too?
G-Man, why are you putting your head on your face, man?
I think we got to have more losses than wins for Tips to play them, and that's the
no. Totally disagree with that.
Yeah,
he played Quickly in OB last year.
Exactly, and
he had to.
Hold on.
Obi had to fight for this position because he actually
he didn't have no fights for no position, bro.
He let him in.
Obi was never got minutes. You come on, man.
Oh my God.
The guy was injured the first time when he came in. The boy was injured. What are you talking about, Nick?
Obi was injured when he came into the league, and then he had to find his way to
Thank you, G-Man.
He literally had to find his way. He finally found it towards the end of the season, and now everyone's cheering his name.
Yeah,
but before that, go ahead, Rob.
I'm not talking about the way he played. All I'm saying is Quickly and Obi played last year.
Yes, exactly.
They did.
Exactly.
That's all I say.
So again,
Grimes and McBride.
Thank you. Especially when he picked them.
It's probably
Tibbs
they're not
picked
from Kentucky, man. They're not getting the Kentucky love.
Tibbs
That ain't
didn't
got
come
nothing to
from
do with no
Kentucky.
Kentucky, bro.
It didn't have anything to do with it. Time and circumstance made them play, and they both played.
But
I'm not
Rob, this is
saying
my thing, right?
and
You hear Nick
and
Gas
Oakley
talking about fire Tibbs,
and
right?
Quickly
Who are
played
you
from the
gonna
beginning.
who are you gonna replace? Who are you gonna replace to when you fire Tibbs? And don't tell me Johnny Bryant.
Yeah,
Mark
that's who it
Jackson.
is. That's who it is.
Bro.
Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant
Mark
is
Jackson.
being groomed.
Okay. What's his resume?
I don't
Mark
care about
Jackson?
his resume, dude. When we have Mike Woodson, our assistant coach was doing a better job than our real coach. So when we see that, when you put somebody, the second man in power is doing a better job, put the second man in power. Put Johnny Bryan, the person that actually.
That's if you fire him mid-season.
And you talk about who
Tibbs, y'all talking about the coach of the year.
Yeah.
I don't
already
care.
getting fired.
Thank you, Rob.
Dwayne Casey got fired as coach of the year.
This is not that organization.
From the Raptors, and the Raptors.
We are not that organization.
I'm not in favor of firing Tibbs. That please don't get that misconstrued. I'm not in favor of firing Tibbs. All right, but I'm saying once his replacement comes, I think it's going to be Johnny Bryant. And G-Man
What
and I
has
have
Johnny
talked
Bryant
about that.
did? Kev, give me Johnny Bryant's resume.
He doesn't. Nick Nurse didn't have a resume.
Okay,
Not
neither
that-
did
not
Derek
that
Fisher, neither
organization,
did John
once
Hornacek, neither did none of those coaches.
No,
So
but
I mean,
please, thank you, G-Man. Please tell him. Yeah.
Hold on, stop it. Because right now, what y'all talking is sheer ludicrousy, right?
Right, they
Because
are. It
what
is.
we're talking about right now is we're talking about head coaches that have been hired that have no head coaching
Thank you.
parameters before they would. Look, the dude that's coaching for the Brooklyn Nets right now. When the head coach was hired for the Warriors, when Steve Kerr had no head coach preliminary whatsoever, but he hired his head. So miss me with all this. What is his resume crap, right? Miss me with all that. What we're talking about right now is who has a legitimate understanding of the organization and the roster as currently constructed and can move that roster forward with minimum.
G-Man, are you saying that everybody got to start somewhere?
Everybody got to start somewhere, Freeze. They do. So all these narratives that we bring about when it's convenient, miss me with all that. I ain't got time for that. So what I'm telling you right now is this. I've always said Tom Thibodeau is a stopgap for what's coming next.
But
Thibodeau
G-Man, just because we say it and believe it don't mean it's right, bro.
You're right.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right, Freeze.
So I just want to say this though. I don't believe it's fair to Tibbs to give him one season in which not only did he win Coach of the Year, he improved your best player so much so that the league noticed that he was the most improved player in that one season under Tom Thibodeau. Your team that had missed the playoffs 8 seasons in a
Mike
row.
Woodson left, right? So you had to bring Mike Woodson back.
Just hear me out on it.
Go ahead, Unc. Go ahead.
I don't. Nick Gas trolling, bro. Because if Mike Woodson was so good, he'd have got offered a head coaching job in the NBA, and he didn't. Right. But the thing is
also Mark Jackson. Sorry.
And so the thing is to even have the conversation about finding the next guy after Tibbs is classic.
Well, I didn't bring that up.
Classic. It's LOL Knicks.
I didn't bring that up.
Knicks fans don't deserve nothing.
I didn't bring that up. I don't know how it got in there.
Kev, you said that 3 times already. I heard you.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know how we got on the conversation. I don't know how we got on the conversation.
Same thing. That's 5 times. We heard you. What I'm saying is Kev. What I'm saying is I'm not blaming that part on you. What I'm saying is the point about Tibbs. All he did in his one season here is took a team of scrap parts, took them to the playoffs, won Coach of the Year, took your most improved player, took your best player, made him most improved, took your prized possession rookie who looked like a bust after one season, and turned him into a viable on the radar star. Now, he's not a star, but he's on the radar of becoming a star. Under Fizdale, he looked like a bust. Tibbs turned R.J. Barrett's career all the way around, right? He took all these missing people, Alfred Payton, Reggie Bullock, Alec Burks, Taj Gibson, Nerlens Noel, all these cast-offs from other places. He took them to the playoffs, right? And to say that after one season that we should be looking for the next head coach is classic. LOL Knicks fan. Yeah, it's what Knicks fans deserve.
Okay, can I retort?
How do you
can I retort?
Kev, when before I jumped on, y'all had been talking for 10 straight minutes. All I wanted to do was just jump in and say my piece.
You're saying your piece. You are saying your piece, but I just want to retort to what you're saying.
You just wanted to interrupt me.
No, I just wanted to retort.
Okay, you just want to interrupt me, because that's what you did.
I just want to retort.
Kev said, "Hey, Uncle Freezy, I just want to say my part right now, real quick."
No, I didn't. I said I want to retort.
Wants us to be like that.
Hey, listen. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do right now. But this better be good, because if this ain't good, I'm ready to boo you.
All I'm gonna say is that yes, he did everything that you said, Freeze. He did everything that you said, but his stubbornness is going to be his undoing. The reason why I say that is because in the playoffs last year, he did not use all of his resources. Let's be real. He did not use all of his resources. And you're seeing it a little bit of that this year as well. That's all I'm saying. He's got to get out of his stubbornness. And if he doesn't, then his stubbornness is going to be his undoing. And that's all I'm going to say.
Boo, that was whack. But Kev, you cut me off. Kev, you cut me off of that.
Let me say this right quick. Hey, Freezy, let me say this right quick. You should have never gave the close up to Kev and that shirt. Kev, that shirt is not new. Kev, that shirt is not new.
Rob, of course it's not new. Exactly. I never said it was.
I agree with you.
Like that. That was a good rose.
So we gave Kev the floor so he could say his thing, and it wound up being a whack point. Because for one,
no, Rob agreed with me. Rob agreed with me.
But no, he said your shirt was not new. That's what he said. That's what Rob said. And so first of all, you can't take facts and turn it around with opinion, because you said that Tibbs is stubborn, which is your opinion, and you also said that is going to be his downfall, which is your projection. See, we never heard James Dolan say, if Tibbs don't do such and such is going to happen. None of that stuff is what the organization says. What you said just now is how you feel. Now, if you had said, hey, man, in my opinion, if Tibbs don't do such and such is going to happen, then I would have been like, oh, well, okay, I can rock with you on that, right? But the NBA disagrees with you, Kev. And you know how I know? Because they named Tibbs NBA Coach of the Year. That's a fact. They named him Coach of the Year. Whether we agree with Tibbs and his philosophies, or one another guy, or blah blah blah. The fact is, the dude.
So why are we complaining then?
No, well, Nick Gas brought it up. Nick Gas brought up to fire Tibbs.
Okay, we heard you. You said that 3 times.
I'm just asking.
Right, that's 4 times.
I agree with you.
What you said, Beans?
I said I agree with Freezy.
Yeah, the point I'm getting at is somebody got feedback.
Somebody got feedback. Yeah, I was gonna say feedback.
It ain't me. I bet you it's G-Man.
It ain't me.
No, it ain't Beans either.
I'm muted, so it ain't me.
It's not me. They guaranteed them 4 years, Freezy.
B, whoever's B, Butter, the butter guy. What's the name of his guy? Butter, baked beans.
See, everybody going after Beans, and I don't like that.
Whatever.
Everybody
Guys,
going after Beans.
I gotta get
like
off. I got to get off. Rob, it was great seeing you again, man. Knicks Gas Oracle, great seeing you. Stephadon, Baked Beans, I'll debate with you anytime because you cool as heck, man. These other two knuckleheads, I ain't even speaking to them.
Come on, bro.
He's two fingers.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Kev mad because of Frank Ntilikina scored 13 and 3.
I'm gonna call you.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna call you later on to make sure you find your way home on the most efficient route. How about that?
I hate
so I gotta okay, well, no, man, he gone now. But the thing I'm saying about Tibbs is, bro, we as Knicks fans, man, we can't, everything can't be an ultimatum showdown with a little adversity, right? When the Knicks, because we had the same thing, Stephadon, and I know you remember this, when Carmelo Anthony's last few years here and we weren't winning. Did you see how the fan base turned on Melo?
Oh man, they killed him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what we do as Knicks fans.
Yeah, man, it's the slightest bit of adversity, we turn on somebody. We
And
gotta
Freezy,
find
could
a
I say
scapegoat.
something? What I said to you this morning? I said to you this morning, which one of their favorite superstars before Randall came here wanted to sign with New York?
Nobody. No, you know why? Because LeBron James would have came here and missed a game winner, and Cornerstone Kev would have been like trade LeBron.
That's what we do as Knicks fans.
The only person that had the Knicks on their radar when there was a free agency was Anthony Davis.
Davis.
He went to the Lakers.
Bro,
none of your superstars wanted to come to New York.
Leave that.
Stephadon, can you imagine?
Hold on.
Nothing to do with the fans. Knicks, we wasn't winning.
Man, they did that for leverage, man. Come on, stop.
And what the Knicks are doing now.
You know damn well AD wasn't coming to New York. Let's don't
I
do that.
know that, but
yeah, we knew that.
I know he wasn't coming.
Okay, he said he wasn't coming, but he still said New York was on his list. He didn't say he wasn't coming. New York was still on his list, bro.
What superstar list we not on when it comes to a trade or something?
Yeah, Van Fleet was on the list too. He just used it.
Everybody. Everybody.
Well, the point that we getting at though is it's twofold. Players put the Knicks on the list because of the market size, but they don't come here. They don't come here because of the fans. Bro, that's a fact. The fans and the media will drive guys away because if you
they ain't built for it. Because they ain't built for it.
Nah, bro. Nah.
No. Let me answer that, right? You say we ain't built for it, right?
You like my ops.
Randall came here.
Stephon comes in like Stephon, really?
So let me ask this question. Could somebody please validate or verify that these people that claim that New York is on the list is legitimate and not a media ploy? Can somebody validate that for me? No, you can't. I'm gonna ask the question for you. You can't, right? So when you contribute to that narrative, that you're doing a disservice to the thing that is the Knicks franchise. Unless you hear it from our front office saying that we have interest in X player, and you're not going to hear that because our front office doesn't do that. So why are we even talking about that? When people say that X player has interest in the Knicks, we spent a whole segment on X player coming to this team. And X player could not even have mentioned the team.
Right, I do that. I do a whole show. I do a whole show all week long.
Kawhi didn't even sniff at us.
Right, Kyrie Irving to the Knicks.
Kyrie didn't even sniff at us. The one person that came to us, y'all cuss him. Y'all want to trade him.
Yeah, who are you talking about? Carmelo?
No. I'm an apologist for that person. I'm not saying anything.
Carmelo?
No, I'm not saying no. Well, Carmelo was always going to be my dude, but that other dude that wear number 30,
Randall, Julius Randall.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's about the thing that we tend to lean so much forward into what the popular narrative is, or what the mainstream.
Hey, I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, brother. as to and that drives our conversation. So we spend a whole bunch of time talking about a whole bunch of people that have absolutely no interest in coming and playing for the Knicks, but we talk about them and we prop them up, and that's leading to that narrative to whomever, whatever team they want to go to. That's elevating that their value, right? Oh, I heard you wanted to go play for the Knicks, so I want to keep you out of the Knicks organization. I want you to come play for us. So instead of offering you this, I'm gonna offer you $10 million more than what the original offer was for. Man, miss me with all that. Miss me with all that. Our front office has never been into a state right now. Our current front office. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the current front office. Has not been in the media saying, I want to see Nick Gas in a Knicks jersey on this day, and this is how much money I'm going to pay him. That's not what we do. That's not how we get down. So miss me with all that.
If it ain't coming from New York Knicks PR, it's not a fact. You're right.
No, Nick Gas, I don't even trust Knicks PR right now, because I'm telling you right now, after what I've heard over the last couple games, that I had people were legit at the arena and saw what was going on at the arena, and that's not what's propagated by the PR department of the New York Knicks. I don't know how much trust I have in them either at this point, right? What I'm telling you is this. Until I hear from a person that has a title that says New York Knicks executive officer, GM, I don't care what your title is, but you have the wherewithal to know what the thought process is of the executive office, I will listen to that. If you don't have that title, guess what? It's all blah, 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 blah. It's swipe left. I'm swiping left. Swiping left, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you right now, I'm swiping left. I ain't got time for that. And I say all that to say this, and this I'll bring this back to center circle, talking about who we have on our roster right now, today, as currently constructed, and what we need to do to make this roster better. There has been a lot of conversations on this panel over the course of the last couple hours that we've been on.
Before you go there, let me comment. Let me be the last one to comment on that, because I got something that I always thought in that situation. This is what we need to know as Knicks fans. People don't come to now where they judge where they go and where they're going to stay at. It's pretty much based on the media, because the media changed the narrative.
Yes.
Back in the day, you never heard nobody worrying about championships. It was like, play for their hometown, everybody stayed. But when you start putting people in situations that you judging these great players by championships, that's why they want to leave cities. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be saying, well, you was a good player, but you didn't win. As you remember, Dr. J, back in the day when he was getting his first ring, people were rooting for him, not trying to down him because he didn't have one.
Right.
That whole narrative changed now, is that, okay, if you don't got a ring, you're not considered a great player. So now that's in these players' mind. So now they want to go to where they can win it. That's why they doing this. I don't think it has anything really to do with the city. It's if your team is winning and you're contending, and I can go to your team and get a championship, that's why I'm going. They don't care where it's at.
But Rob, let me say something to you, right? If we trying to change the culture, right, and you as a player, and you say, all right, even though that particular
that what?
Stafford, you coming in working, bro.
Yeah, you coming in and out.
Oh, my bad.
There you go. We got you. Go ahead. Get your phone off.
Yeah, what I was saying to you, right? Okay, as you were saying that, as a superstar NBA player, right? And you say that you wasn't winning, right? But as a superstar, you say in your mind, okay, they're not winning. Let me try and go there to change the culture and the narrative to try and help win the franchise.
They don't do that. That's why they went to Brooklyn instead of New York. If that was the narrative, they would have came to the Knicks.
Brooklyn had something to show that they can trade for and they can all get there. That's how come they winded up in Brooklyn. They still winded up in New York. It just wasn't the Knicks. We didn't have what Brooklyn had at the time. If you would have took that same situation and we had that next team to trade like that, Durant and them would be playing for us.
So from that standpoint, I agree and disagree, right? And this is why. Because when we talk about, so you have to look at eras, right? The whole Bills super team era began when LeBron James went to Miami.
No. Durant, no, Garnett and Ray Allen.
Paul Pierce and Ray Allen.
Okay, all right. I give you the most. Let me rephrase. The most publicized move was LeBron to Miami.
Yeah, because the players did it and not the GM. That's
exactly.
why it was more publicized.
There we go. Okay, so when we get into that narrative, that's beginning to die down at this point because now players realize they have more control over their future and where they go and what they do. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
A fair assessment?
LeBron proved it.
Okay. So in getting all that, I'm going to revert back to my original statement. When we talk about players going to teams, you have to realize what number one, where they are in their career. Now, are you still a top tier player? Are you middle of the road as to your career? Are you bottom tier and you're just trying to go someplace and win a ring? Right? That's important when we start ranking these people and talking about who we want to see come and what their potential impact could be for our franchise. So at the end of the day, I have to trust that the front office has the wherewithal to know what is needed, who these players are, and what we're willing to sacrifice to get them on the squad. Now, we all, and I'm going to say this, we all, because I heard no disagreements with what I'm about to say at the beginning of the season. When the front office said, we are bringing in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, everyone was excited.
No, I had a problem with Kemba.
Okay.
Hey, look, you can get the receipts. Go back to the shows.
Okay. So let me not speak in absolutes.
Fournier, I didn't have a problem with.
Let me not speak in absolutes, Rod. Let me say this. The majority of the New York Knicks fans did not have a problem with the backcourt of a Kemba Walker and an Evan Fournier coming into the season. They thought it was an upgrade from what we had last season from an offensive standpoint of the game.
I thought you were getting a Kim. They thought they was getting.
I'm with you. Is that an accurate statement? That's all I'm asking.
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So when after we analyze that and we see what is real in the field right now, we realize that what we got was a lemon when we went to the used car lot and brought that 2019 Dodge Challenger, and they didn't tell you that the previous owner didn't get the oil change and they didn't do the service on it. So now that thing gonna break down as soon as I drive it off the lot, and that's what we got right now, right? So we have to figure out now, what are we doing moving forward? What is the mechanism that we need to use to move forward and make this team successful?
But also capitalizing, because like right now we're facing the Rockets, right? I shouldn't be nervous to face a Rocket team that has what? They haven't won a game in 13 games. They have a crazy losing streak.
So Nick Gans, this is what I would tell you, brother. And this is what I want New York.
I know every team is every team in the NBA, but that's the thing. Like, we're not taking advantage of those games. Like we just accumulating losses when we don't have to. Right now, the Washington Wizards are number one in the conference. Conference. So the teams that are losing with us, like we don't have the luxury to be losing like the Bucks. The Bucks can lose early and be injured. We don't have the luxury. We should actually be taking advantage of it.
This is what I would say to all that, right? I don't care who we play on what night we play until we solidify our roster and our identity. It doesn't matter who we play.
That's right. That's true.
We need to figure out who we are as a franchise.
I think we had the worst winning percentage of in November. So this November has been rough. Just flat November.
Again, none of that matters to me at this point. We're not even 20 games into the season. But what I'm telling you is this, Nick. We need to understand who we are as the New York Knicks organization. And that team that we roll out on the court every night needs to be able to produce at a certain level. If you're not producing at a certain level in that roster rotation, guess what? Go sit down and have some popcorn and watch the game next to Kevin Knox. Or
you're right. Look, you're right. Look, your boy did this after 20 games. So right now, we know that something needs to be changed because we're not winning. But we have to also trust our coach that last time within the 25 games, he made a change. He's seen what we've seen.
Yes.
So really, we're just waiting for the inevitable to happen because we know changes are coming.
I'm with
It's
you.
coming. It's coming.
I'm with you 100% because again, I'll always reiterate this. Last year, this time we were 5-11, and we automatically thought as a franchise we were going to revert back to that lottery stage that we were the prior season. But then we went run.
5-11. We were 7-8.
Try again, Rob. Try
we
again.
were 7-8. Now
again.
we're 8-7.
Try again.
We had a rough start.
Try again. We were not even 500 at this point in the season last year. Not even.
No, I'm not saying we was 500, but I was thinking that we was about 2 or 3 games under 500.
No. We started like the Giants, like 0-2.
We were bad. We were real.
And then the change came. So
and then the change came.
So what's the panic this year?
So I think that again, and I always tell people, and I agree with you with the 20 games. Once we get to those 20 games, a change is going to have to be implemented. I don't know if it's a roster change or if it's a rotation.
It's going to be roster change effect was playing on the floor. It's damn sure ain't going to be a coaching change.
No. That's not what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, Rob. What I'm saying is this. When I say a rotational change, that's people that's currently on the roster right now. Rotational on the roster right now versus a roster change when we start talking about training. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where I'm at with that. So I would say between now and Christmas, we're going to figure out what that a successful rotational change looks like. And then if we need to expand that to a roster change, then that's where the front office comes in to figure out who we need to go after and what we need to do.
G-Man, I think Christmas too far, bro.
Can't do nothing
I think Christmas too far. December the 15th is the trading deadline.
Okay.
So I'm thinking before that, bro. I think we need to make changes.
Stephen,
Christmas is too far.
To your point, I think conversations will have been had prior to the 15th. We're not going to wait to the 15th for me to call Rob the Knick and say, hey, Rob, you got this dude over here. I want to get him and go that route.
AG, I think he missed what we said before. We're talking about rotational changes off of done before roster changes.
Right. But to Stafford's point, when he's talking about the 15th of December, if you wait to the 15th of December to start instigating these discussions, that's too late. So as of the 15th, I need to have already had a conversation with Rob the Knick saying, hey, Rob, you got this guy over here on the 15th. I'm willing to give you X, Y, and Z.
I think that's too early.
I mean, again,
at least until next year. The All-Star break is when it stops.
I think right now, Rob, to be honest with you, I think right now, there is a personnel deficiency on our roster. To be honest, I'm just being 100% transparent with you right now.
That's an opinion.
It's G-Man's opinion.
Okay.
It's G-Man's opinion.
Okay.
I believe that we have a roster deficiency right now, and we need to address that in the trade as soon as possible.
Okay, so let me ask, why would you say that? And players at what position?
Point guard.
Okay, so if we got a point guard on the team that haven't played, how would you say that a trade is working and you haven't even put everybody on your roster to be given a chance?
Because everybody on the roster is not deserving of a chance right now, Rob.
McBride is.
Why? Tell me why.
He showed in Summer League that he can ball. No, he showed that he gets a chance. Knox got his chance. RJ got their chance all from Summer League. So if you got a player that played well, exceptionally well, not just
well, exceptionally well, and don't get a chance. You
So,
put him out
Rob,
there first.
Rob, hold on, G-Man. Hold on. Let me ask Rob something.
Okay, go ahead.
So, are you comparing the summer league kids to grown men NBA?
No, this is what I'm saying. Feel what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You got somebody on your team that played well against first, second year, and rookie players, and some third year players during the summer. It was some third year NBA players out there. So they are grown men to that extent, trying to get a job, been in the lead already, trying to come back. All of those people played in the summer league. You have a point guard that you drafted in the first round that you're giving a chance to. Mitch played through the summer league and was on the team starting. So you're telling me that this guy doesn't even deserve a chance before you go hunting. What's the reason to have a roster if you're not going to explore your roster?
Okay. All right, put it like this. You know, Tom Thibodeau is a guy, he likes experience. And I don't think McBride and Grimes have that experience for him to trust them
quickly stepped in like that. What you mean?
To put them in the game.
But quickly stepped in like that. The same way. People look at Thibodeau from the old way. Nobody's taking into consideration what he did last year. He dismissed all the myths last year.
I know, as far as playing the young guys, and I feel you, but Rob, you still gotta understand that he is still stuck in his ways too, bro. We're playing the veterans.
You have to show me proof. I'm telling you my proof. Your proof extends back 10 years ago. I'm telling you his present. His last coaching job, he showed you in his presence that he will play rookie.
So, okay. So let me ask this question right now. I want to clear this up real quick because I don't want this to get misconstrued at all by any stretch of the imagination. When I talk about roster moves and moving on from Kemba and bringing in a legit starting point guard. So are you telling me right now, today, that you would bring a McBride from the third squad, because he's not even on the second squad right now, the third squad, to a starting position over a vet point guard?
No, this is what I'm telling you. What you said, I never said no to. What I said no to was December. I would bring in McBride to see. I got all the way to the All-Star break to make a trade.
But Rob, coach is seeing McBride and these guys.
Hold on a second. I would give the man a chance. We're talking about me. Since we already have him on the roster and we drafted him high, he would get a chance to show me before I explore. That's why you have a roster.
So, but Rob, what I'm saying to you is, right, Tibbs is seeing these guys all the time in practice. So why is he all right? We say 20 games. All right. So you know what? Let me see after the 20 games, because it don't make no sense for me to go say the statement when after the 20 games, if I'm going to see if McBride is going to play. Because if Tibbs is watching these guys in practice and he feels that they're not ready to play.
Hey, look, let me tell you something that just happened that nobody's paying attention to. He sent McBride down there to the G League for one game. The man had 25 and 9, and he's right back with the Knicks. He seen something. He said, go get wet down there right quick. Go down there and get wet. We need you. That's what that's telling me.
Well, that's a small sample size, Rob.
But no, listen to what
I'm saying. Hold on.
This is just my opinion. I think that he sent them down there for one game. Go get wet. Go get ready. We getting ready to pull you in. It's coming up on 20 games.
I believe so.
Ready. And I think that when he come back, you're gonna see quickly go to the starting lineup. You're gonna see Kemba go to the second with McBride still on the watch.
Okay.
He's gonna probably give that about 10 games. And if Kemba is still being that same player, he's gonna put McBride in just for the defense alone. For the defense alone. Everybody knows that McBride is already a better ball defender than Kemba already. Coming
I
out
can
the
rock
gate.
with that. I can rock with that. I can rock with that.
So you got the starting lineup fixed. You put Quickly in, it starts working. Okay, it starts percolating. You still got Rose and you got Kemba. You got McBride right there in the wing. Now you give that another 10 games. That's going to take you into January. Then if it's not working in January, then you start looking for a replacement. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do it, but you explore your roster first.
Okay.
That's why you drafted these people.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, we all know we got to wait for the 20-minute mark. So, you know what I mean, the 20-game mark. So, all that, why they shouldn't play and all that, they're going to get their shot. We just got to wait till the 20-game mark. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, that's why I said I can't really make that statement first until after that 20-minute mark.
Yeah.
Until I really see those changes.
I'm with you guys, and I'm all about the 20-game mark because I believe it takes that amount of games to figure out what you really have on your roster and how you want to orchestrate the roster based on, you know, the talent level that you have, right? And who's shown improved and who's dictated that, yeah, hey, I'm gonna make it hard for you not to play me. Exactly. And I always said that when I talked about Obi, I wanted Obi to make it hard for Tom Thibodeau not to have him on the court. And he did. He done that, right? So the same thing when we start talking about Grimes, McBride, even Sims to that point, because we've seen that your best ability is availability, and Nerlens has not been available up until this point, except for a couple games, right?
Yeah, he's been missing in action, man. We really need him. We really need him.
Yes. So I say I don't disagree with anything Rob had to say, right? I also believe at the same time we should not get over enamored with our rookies, right? So I see people are clamoring for X team is playing their rookies, Y team is playing their rookies. They're playing their rookies because they have to. They don't have the veteran presence on their squad right now to be able to not play the rookies and develop the rookies.
G-Man, the only rookies that's playing right now is Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, Frank Wagner, Josh Giddey, Kate Cunningham, Chris Duarte, Alperson Sergon, Jalen Green, Bones Highland, and Davion Mitchell. Those are the only 10 rookies that's really making noise right now.
Are they playing? Are they playing out of necessity, or are they playing because the franchise?
No, they playing minutes. They playing minutes.
Exactly. So to me, that says they're playing out of necessity for the organization.
Yeah, but Golden State is playing their rookie, Columba from United.
Kuminga.
Yeah, Kuminga. He's playing.
Okay. All right. So he's a one-off, Rob. He's a one-off. But everybody else we just talked about is playing because the franchise needs the rookies on the court at the time we need for them to play right now. Because they have nobody else
playing too. And that's not out of necessity. He's good.
Who?
The guy from Dwarf. The guy from Indiana. The shooter.
Yeah, from Indiana.
Yeah, the shooter. He's playing.
I would give you that. So what I'm telling you right now is what G-Man is saying is not absolute. But I'm telling you, holistically, when you talk about putting a rookie into a rotation and giving them legit minutes, it's because there is a discrepancy in that roster.
We have a discrepancy at the point guard.
I don't disagree with that, Rob. I don't disagree with that at all. What I'm saying right now is this. We are paying a whole bunch of people a whole lot of money to perform at a certain level,
but not the point guard.
But we're paying people money at the point guard position, but they're not performing.
No, he's all playing the money, but like I said, Kevin Knox make more than Kimba, so he's expendable.
Yeah, they're all expendable at this point.
Not Rose.
To be honest.
You got to give me a prize for Rose. I'm not just giving you.
I'm not giving a Rose for any amount of money at this point because he's a foundational piece to this organization. Right. As long as Tom Thibodeau is the head coach.
As long as he's playing the way he's playing.
No, as long as Tom Thibodeau is the head coach.
You think if Rose wasn't playing good, you seen they send Taj home and bought him.
What I'm not going to do, I'm not going to get into a whole bunch of hyperboles, right? What I'm saying right now is this. This team, as I see it right now, moving forward into the December schedule that we have to start winning games in a not just winning, we have to win in a convincing fashion. And I have to watch with my eye test how we're playing the game.
Hey, winning
at each
winning.
position. At each position.
1 second, G-Man. Who's Mark and Chop Low? I'm waiting for Freezy. Once Freezy gets back on, or if he hears me, he lets y'all in.
Who's Mark the legend is in the backstage? Oh, we gotta hear this.
Who's Mark and
I know.
Chop
Yeah,
Low.
he coming because he see me.
Rob, Rob always brings the best out of everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Here, Mark. Tell Mark Daddy's home.
Mr. Triggerman.
He said, tell Rob I love him. Mark,
I love you too, bro. That's my man.
So guys, this is what I'm gonna tell you, right? And I'm gonna sum this up as quick 30 seconds or less, right? I believe that what we have seen up until this point is disturbing. I believe that what we have seen up until this point is telling me that our organization does not really have an answer or to what the rotation should actually look like right now today, because we have seen a lot of variations of different rotations, right? So, Rob, I see you looking confused. I'm gonna help you out. I'm about to help you out. So when I see on the floor at one point, I see a Julius Randle, I see a Mitchell Robinson, I see a Obi Toppin, I see Emmanuel Quickly, and I see a Alec Burks. When have you seen that before? And how does that make sense to you? Because I see you looking confused right now.
But no, that's not what you said. When you said the organizational, it sounded like you talking. That's coaching.
Okay. That's fair. Rob, that's a fair point. Let's take it back down to rotational instead of roster. I'm talking rotational right now.
Okay, I say he's looking for the answers. He sees that it's not working, and he's doing it slowly at a time. He's not trying to overly change it. I think it's kind of smart, if you ask me. I'm with you. He's picking. He's doing a little bit at a time, seeing how things work.
Yeah, Rob, I think you said it earlier.
Yeah, I don't see no problem with Tibbs is doing. He's doing something.
I'm with you on that 100% because
where the confusion at?
No, there's no confusion. I was just making a point. The point was I'm okay with Tibbs experimenting in the rotational aspect of what he has on the roster right now to figure out what works. That was my whole point.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, all right.
Welcome to the panel. Who's Mark? What's going on, Mark?
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, bro?
Yo, what's going on, Big Rob?
Hey, nothing, chilling. Who's? Everything is good.
Man, let me tell you something, man.
What you got for us?
I'm gonna just say this, bro. Tonight we can't lose that, bro.
No, it's tomorrow, Mark. Tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow night we can't lose that, bro. I think if we lose that, bro, looking at the next 10 game schedule, yo, bro, we could get buried real quick before the season even started.
Yeah, tomorrow got to be handled. Tomorrow most definitely got to be handled.
Tomorrow has to be a dub, or it's gonna be real spooky for the next couple of games and who we play. We play nothing but contender type players, and as of right now, our starting five looking like bacon grease, bro. We're not good.
So, Mark, let me ask you this: what do you expect to see us do tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have to play Nick Bully Ball, bro. We haven't been playing.
So elaborate on that for me.
What? No, look. Hey,
hold on, G-Man. Hold on. Mark, elaborate when you said bully ball.
You see, all right, our starting lineup has to play very physical, because if you look the last 5 games and how our bench played, we played completely physical. If you looked at the starting lineup, the comparisons, the contrast in play is totally different from a defensive standpoint and an offensive standpoint. So in the starting lineup, guys do not look happy playing with each other. Guys are not moving for each other. Guys are not sending hard screens for each other. Guys are not trying to help on defense compared to the second lineup. Our start lineup, we can't go into games playing like that every game and expecting our bench to come in and save us. That's what they've been doing. They've been saving the starting lineup.
So that leads me into my question for the panel, and it doesn't just have to be Mark. My question is this: knowing what Mark just said, and everybody's giving me the head nod, the North and South, they agree with what Mark just said. What is the starting lineup for the game that we have tomorrow against Houston?
Same one it was.
Same one it was.
Same
But
one.
You know what I was thinking though? I was thinking about moving Fournier to the bench, bro. Because the flow
he was looking good last game in there for a fact.
The flow that he needs to play with, I'm sorry, the starting lineup, he can't play with that starting lineup. Because that starting
lineup. We talking about moving Kimber out of there. Off the team.
So Mark, if you move Fournier to the bench, who you bringing up as the shooting guard?
I ain't gonna lie. I probably put Burks to just see if it could work.
Yeah, okay. Burks. That might save Kimber. Burks will save Kimber.
No, because you see, I agree with that because Burks will play defense.
Yeah, and he's been
and he will fight screens.
He's been marvelous. So you can't knock what he's been doing with the bench unit because Fournier is a smart player and he's a rhythm player. And listen, I don't want to come down on Randall, bro, but again, listen, this is how it goes. If your best player do not do the necessary things to make sure this offense functions correctly or fluently, it's a problem. It goes for any star that get paid in that sense of thing. If Steph Curry don't get it going, what happens? That offense look kind of stagnant. It goes for him too. It goes for him. He got the money.
Mark, how would you get Randall going?
Inside.
All right. So check this out. Listen, he's not an inside player no more, bro.
He have to be. He have to go back to that.
He don't want to do it. It's him.
But he has to. He has to, Mark. I have to agree with Rob on that one. He has to play bully ball inside.
Hey, Stafford, you know what I said after the game?
And mix it up.
Stafford, remember what I said after the game? I said, Randall is our present. If he don't get back into the post, Obi is the future.
Yes.
He's gonna make himself expendable if he don't get back down to that post.
Yes. He's relying too much on the jump shot.
But dog, let me say this. Randall needs to run pick and roll, bro.
Yes.
Simple as that, because the game before in the Indiana game, when he was running it, because there was spots in the game where he was running it, that's how he's gonna get downhill and score in the paint. Because if what he's gonna do every time is get the ball at 15 feet, try to ISO post up and take a turnaround bad shot like he Carmelo Anthony.
At 30 feet. If he get in 15 feet, it'll be better. He's 25 to 30 feet out trying to do that.
Yeah, so again, I've been saying this since he arrived on the team. He's a better finisher going downhill. He's a downhill player, bro. But it's him. It's his lethargicness. You have to watch his body movement, his body language. If he doesn't get the ball, or if he's not, or if you feel like he's not scoring so much, he doesn't set good screens. He's always in the same space as the offensive player on our side. He's messing up the spacing because when Obi comes in the game looked totally different because the kid understands spacing. Game is about spacing, bro. Because Kimber need a simple hard screen so he gets separation because he can't get separation by himself no more. Fournier needs that also, but there needs to be a flick. This ball movement need to be going from side to side, and it ain't happening with the starting lineup. And you can see it the last 5 games.
Look, I agree 100%.
I agree. Me too.
1,000%. Because we've been talking about that this entire show, right?
Yo,
So,
mute yourself, because somebody's having.
Yeah, somebody got background. Yeah, it was you.
I don't know who that
it was
is.
Nick Gas. It was Nick Gas. Yeah, we go.
Okay, so I would echo what Mark just said with this right here, right? And I will go back to my original statement. Looking at who we are playing, and I see in the chat people talk about Houston is 1-13 or whatever the case may be. All that really means nothing to me, because if you come in with a bad game plan and a bad rotational aspect of what we got going in, we
gonna lose.
Well, technically, the Magics are 1-16, but we gave them 2 W's.
Houston got guards that the Knicks can't guard. Knicks can't guard perimeter guards. So you're gonna bring in a young team. They will take advantage if they see blood, bro.
Yes, I would tell you this, and this is from the observations that I made for every game we played up since the end of October. The teams that we've lost against have portrayed to be more athletic, more energetic, and they have more ball movement out of all the times that we were playing them, right? And
a lot of them were playing with house money. Like when we played with the Bucks, we were playing players that don't get that type of minutes. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna freestyle, and
I mean, the Knicks aren't a team where we take other teams like this lightly. We ain't built like that offensively. Okay, we're still scoring not even close to 105 points, bro.
I don't think we're built at all at this point. I think what we're doing right now.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, we are falling into situations to where people get hot and they score some buckets, and that gives you a false narrative. What we're living off right now, in my opinion, is a false narrative moving forward. But we have to figure out what the identity of this team is going to be, and then solidify that as we start going forward.
I'm gonna say this too. Tom Thibodeau, he needs to dig in that bench a little more. Okay, when things are not working with certain players, bro, you should allow. And I'm not saying give these guys 15, 20 minutes, but you have to let these young players feel part of the team, like Grimes, even Kevin Knox, just because he can shoot. Because we need shooters. There's never enough shooting. And I feel like Knox has a great jump shot.
Okay, Mark.
Why you think he's not letting Knox play though?
Because Tom Thibodeau is a man of habit. So he creates a situation for himself, which is his 10-man guys. Because basically he's trying to build a habit. He's trying to build a habit so it can be consistent.
So I would disagree with you, Mark, on this point as well. Because
like this in Chicago.
No, listen to me. This is what I'm about to tell you. Tom Thibodeau is on record in a press conference telling players, in order for you to get into the rotation to play in a game, you have to be exceptional in practice. You have to be exceptional in practice. So in my mind, that means that you have not shown me any exceptional attributes in practice for me to put you on the court.
Or
you talk about McBride?
I think
I'm talking about everybody.
Yo,
So,
Mark.
Sergeant, if certain guys have it, look, Kimber and Fournier don't even get into the game in the fourth quarter. It's been
past 3
quarter,
games.
right? Come on.
Right? I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you.
Okay, so if things are not working, right? Of course, you know, the young guys might not be better than the guys that they're playing against in practice. But you still have to experiment. You have to experiment. You have to experiment to see who got it in a real game, because there's people that go to practice and don't even play hard, but they can play great in real live games.
So this is what we do, Mark. This is what we do. Stay with me. I'm not going to go too fast. Stay with me, right? So what we do is, with those young players, we send them to the G League to get them that real game experience, and then bring them back up to big league plays. And then at that point, we can insert them where we need to insert them. But I'm telling you right now, There is no way in the world that Tom Thibodeau is starting a McBride or Grimes over a Quickly or a Burks.
I'm not saying you start them over. I'm not saying you start over, but you give them. Okay, so for example, I've been watching the Golden State Warriors. I never missed one game, right? So what Steve Kerr would do, like if he's trying out a rookie or something, he will give him like 3 minutes. See what they could do in 3 minutes. If they make the right plays in 3 minutes, you could see, okay, the next game he might come in for 5 minutes and probably do the same thing or even better. That's what's happening with Kuminga right now. Because when he put Kuminga in the game, he showed how good he was on defense, and now he took the minutes over JTA because JTA was in front of him. And then when he insert Kuminga for 5 minutes in one game to guard, I forgot who he was guarding, but he was guarding a premier player, and he did well. He did well in that 5 minute stint. And he got into the rotation just like that. So what I'm saying is, yeah, players might not be good practice players. And of course, you know, the bench players or your starters going to have the advantage most of the time because, again, they might be the better player. But everything shows when you play in a real live game. So what I'm saying, all teams have to do, say if Burks is off one night, off the bench, you put in Grimes because what I seen with Grimes is he can move his foot, he plays very aggressive, and he can shoot the ball. He can shoot the ball. His mechanics tell me he can shoot and make a shot. I'm not asking him to score off the dribble. What I'm asking him is to run him off screens and play defense. Simple as that. See what he got. We have to see what other guys got because, yeah, you go with the same 10 roster and you're still losing games. You have to go down. You have to go with what you got because maybe Grimes could help us one night. That's how the NBA work in the regular season. You have to experiment. Yeah. You have to experiment.
Yeah, but Miz, you know, we have to. It comes down to Tibbs. Tibbs is not playing these young boys.
Well, Mark,
wait, could I say something real quick? Hold on, y'all. It's Rob from Still Knicks fan, so Uncle Freezy's gonna have to go as soon as I start talking.
Oh, go ahead,
Uncle Freezy have to leave, y'all. He gonna shut it down now that Ron's talking. Hold on.
Anyway, my name is Ron from Still Knicks fan. I like to thank the Academy for this award.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out here in these streets. I know it's kind of loud, so I'm gonna be quick. I just want to say two things real quick. One, to the point about playing the young guys. I said it in the chat. I don't know if everybody got to see it. I think Tibbs understands that these young boys can play. I think he sees them in practice. There's a reason why he's keeping them around. He could have sent all of them to the G League, okay? And he sent McBride and brought them back up. The point is to keep them fresh, right?
That's right.
I think he knows these guys can play. He don't want to put them out there because they don't know the NBA game that well. They're going to go out there. They're going to ball a little bit. The fans are going to go crazy. They're going to want these guys to replace the starters or bench players that ain't doing it. And then you stuck because as Tibbs, as a coach, he knows these guys ain't ready to be out there every night. So that's why he's trying to avoid that. He's giving them some time to keep learning, and hopefully he can figure out what's going on with the starters and just say the starters because the bench is balling. And then the other thing I was going to say real quick. Go ahead.
That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense because Kuminga don't know the game like that. A lot of these rookies don't know the game like that. So
Mark. It makes perfect sense. The Warriors is balling. You can take chances. You can put anybody out there. They still winning games. They got the best record in the league. That's what I think Tibbs was trying to say this before. He said we got some issues we got to deal with. We got to work through stuff. We got to get better. If the Knicks was playing well, he'd feel more comfortable giving Grimes a couple minutes here and there because they winning. They got the culture going. It ain't going to affect them. The Knicks is struggling. So he's trying to get this regular team right before putting anybody else in there. Yeah, that's why the Warriors can do that.
I would say
go ahead.
I would say a starting lineup is struggling because our bench is giving us everything for the last 5
games.
The
bench has been great. Bench is great. The only other thing I was going to say, I'll let y'all talk because there's a lot of people. I want everybody to be able to have their moment. When you got a show, you can talk whenever you want. See what I did there, Freezy?
So make sure you check out Still Knicks fans with Ron and John on NBK. They do the NBA all around. Make sure if you want that NBA talk, make sure y'all go check them guys out. Support the channel, smash that like button when you see them, and make sure y'all give them kudos in the chat because they do a great job.
I appreciate you, Freezy, man. I'm just joking, guys. I ain't glossing over anything. I just want to give everybody a chance to speak. The last thing I was gonna say, and Mark knows this, I said this when we was on together on MBK. Look, Knicks just need to go out there and let Randall do his thing. Let him get his points so he can give us 20 to 30 points, right? You add that up with what the starters give us from the bench, like around 50 points. That's 80 points right there, not included anything you get from anybody else in the starting lineup. And we will win games. That's all I got to say. Y'all can talk. I'm gonna see y'all next time. I'm gonna stay watching while Freezy's still here, but you know he's gonna shut it down.
When the next time y'all coming on?
We are not coming on next week because we would come on. Well, Knicks Fans is going to be on Monday night. Tuesday night. It's pre-recorded, so definitely check that out. Tuesday night around 8 p.m. I guess or so. Check that out, and then we'll be on the NBA Today on the MBK Network again in 2 weeks because we're not recording on Thanksgiving. So.
What, y'all lazy bums?
Hey man, listen. Look, you know what? It's Ron and John, but Ron and John got wives and kids, so you know we trying to keep that.
Happy wife, happy life.
All right, y'all.
All right, bro.
Later.
And Mark, to the point earlier, right? And I think Rob said it earlier too. You see, Tibbs did it last year around the 2025 mark, where he stopped playing Kevin Knox. He stopped playing. He said he stopped playing Elfrid Payton, but he limited his minutes and started playing other players. So it's not like a change is not going to come.
Mhm.
The young guys is going to play, but just not right now.
So, all right. So, okay. The Knicks have I understand that though, right? I really do understand that. But, you know, we are a team that are still searching, you know, within ourselves to be consistent. We're not a consistent team at all.
Okay. How about that?
We're not. So it's, again, I always said this. As much as Knicks fans thinking that we are a real playoff team, I always said this throughout these years. We're still a team in rebuilding and winning and trying to win at the same time. You know what I'm saying? We're still playing with house money. For me, that's when I'm watching the games. That's how I watch it. It might be different from other people, right? Because it's like, yeah, as long as I see things that are consistently happening with this team and we're consistently growing, I'm fine with that due to the aspect that I know we're not completely ready to even talk about coming out the first round or anything like that. Would it be cool to come out the first round? Yeah, but in reality, which most men live in, we have to go with the logic standpoint. They haven't shown us that. So when I'm talking about playing the young guys again, I'm not saying strip other guys from their minutes, but if I see I'm having a hard time dealing with a fast point guard, and none of my guards that I have on the floor can guard them, let me see what McBride could do in a 3-minute stint. Let me see, because the only way I'm going to see if it work or not is putting the guy on the floor.
So Mark, I understand and I hear what you're saying, right? And to a certain point, I would agree, but I would tell you this: the only way you see that dynamic come into play, if we are up really big in the game, and Tibbs can give those rookies that opportunity to get out on the court in a real game time situation and showcase that talent. Right now, the way we were playing, that's not happening. What we're trying to do right now, we're legitimately trying to win basketball games at this point. Right?
No. Yeah, once you got Tibbs, he's trying to win. He's trying to win, and I know that. But still, in all reality, I know that we're not a consistent team because our starting lineup do not like to play with each other in a certain way. Like when I'm watching this starting lineup,
I ain't gonna say we don't like to play with each other. You gotta remember we got 3 new starters, bro.
I'm seeing a different contrast from the bench to the starters. The bench plays with each other. They do the necessary things to make each other flourish, bro. When you look at the starting lineup do not move for each other. They do not set good screens for each other. Other guys do not help each other in helping each other to score the basket or make plays, bro.
No, the way how you say it, don't like, and I will accept when you say don't help, but when you say don't like,
I don't like it. I don't like watching a starting five that's playing lethargic. That's not running on defense and rotate. And they're not in their rotational spots where they're supposed to be. It's position defense that Tibbs play.
Yep.
Why you seeing the guards getting there? It's because guys are out of position, bro. I've been watching Tibbs for over 10 years.
Oh, okay. So here we go with the defensive talk again, right? This is not a defensive organization. The New York Knicks right now are not a defensive organization. What we said we were going to do is we were going to trade defense for offense. Where we struggle at right now to today is that the people that we brought in to be offensive paralysis to draw that double team away from Julius Randle to allow him to do other things is not happening. When you have go ahead, Mark. Go ahead.
So okay, our best player don't want to do these things, right?
No, it's not that he doesn't want to do them. It's not that he's not afforded the opportunity to do them because you have an Evan Fournier and a Kemba Walker combined with 10 points in 30 minutes of basketball play.
Bro.
So when the Kemba or Evan comes down the court, there's nobody flourishing to them to defend the ball because you're not an offensive threat to me at this point. But the
let me ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does this starter five look like they play with any sort of good energy the last couple of games, bro?
No, I've said that.
What does that tell? What does that tell you? That means that means the guy that we the guy that we think that can go to the next level. Guys do not feel comfortable. They don't feel comfortable. It's in their play, bro.
I disagree, and I'm gonna tell you why I
disagree with that one.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree, Mark. Because when we brought in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier, we expect for these guys to come in and give me at least 11 points a game. At least 11 points a game. So when you come in and you score 2 points a game, and the crazy part about this, and Mark, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go back and look at the box score for the last 10 games and see when Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker had identical stats across the board.
Well,
That's me.
They've been subpar. No, they've been subpar, right? But again, this is how basketball is played. When there's a certain synergy with the ball, okay, when you watch other teams in other starting lineups and they play with a certain synergy with the ball, it allows people to play with a different step in their game.
Right.
Okay? The starting lineup, it just looks dead. It looks dead, bro, because I'm watching games and I'm saying to myself, watch when the bench come in. They're going to do us justice. In five games, they play with more resistance and energy that the starting lineup should be showing. The starting lineup should be showing the bench. Listen, man, we did our job. Y'all come and just keep us above. The funny thing is that the bench is helping the starting lineup.
So Mark, my question to you is this: what is your answer to fix the starting lineup?
Okay, my answer is, and I've been screaming it for the last 2 years, Julius Randle needs to learn how to run pick and roll, so he can finish better around the paint because he's not a good finisher. If you give him to him in the ISO situations, it's in the statistics, it's in the numbers. He's better when he's coming down with force. 2, Mitchell Robinson, the new guy that he acquired, is going to take him some time. But what he's doing for us is in limited minutes that he's playing, he's only playing about 11 to 20 minutes a game. He's doing a little justice. 3, RJ Barrett's been horrible for the last 5 games, but that's due to the lack of rhythm that the starting lineup is producing. But RJ has to, again, I've told people this, his consistency is his main issue. 2, Evan Fournier is going to have to work a little harder on defense, and the Knicks going to have to screen. The Knicks going to have to screen more for him if you're looking for him to score. Kemba, again, the pick and roll with him and Randle should be up. It should be every time I come down, there should be a pick and roll with Julius Randle and Kemba. Because
is that the main offense you want to see all the time between both of them?
Not all the time, but I have to see it consistently for the offense to run. Because now, if people tell me Julius Randle is a passer, what would happen is if Kemba gets the pick and roll off of Randall, and Randall rolls. And if Kimba don't got the shot, he could pass it to Randall. If Randall don't have the shot while he's rolling, he could make the pass into the corner to a RJ Barrett, to a Fournier. That don't happen with us. It's more side to side, more side to side.
Dribble handoff.
Dribbling handoff.
Right.
And when you're having teams set their defense on us, there's no movement in the lineup. There's no movement.
It's stagnant.
It's very stagnant because when you look at Obi, you know what Obi does every time? Pick and slip, pick and slip, pick and slip. Move without the ball. If Randall do not have the ball, he does nothing else. He stands on the perimeter. He has to be, if he wants to be the next guy, Stephen Curry set better picks than him, bro. That's sad.
Wow. And
so why Kemba came? Wasn't he the floor general, if you will, or should be?
Should be.
Well, with Kimba, what I told people when we got him, he was never a point guard to really he's not a passing point guard. He's a
scorer point guard.
He's gonna look to score. If you look through his career, he's looking to score before he passes.
Okay. All right. So I want to make sure I keep this conversation on point, right?
It's on point.
I want to make sure I understand your retort, right? So you said that the answer to fixing the starting five was, I don't want to misquote you, right? So make sure that Randall runs more of the pick and roll, right? Make sure for Mitch, you want Mitch to do.
Mitch is in progress. So whatever he does well, which is second chance rebounds, defend at the rim, deflect offensive players. Not necessarily when he don't have to get a block to be effective. He get a lot of deflections around the rim. So he continued being who he is because, again, he was never a scorer. They're not running live plays for him. So it's just like he's just out there defending, doing the best he can.
So what I just heard you say is right now in the offense, Mitch is not an issue. So let's go to RJ. So RJ, what do you want to see from RJ?
Consistency,
bro. That's his next level in development because it's like I said, when I watch him shoot that ball, I feel a lot more confident because the mechanics of his shot is very, very. It looked like a shooting mechanic. So
let's pause on RJ for a minute. So RJ has stretches where that he is more consistent with his shot or his shot creation than on other times. So in that aspect, are you saying that the energy that RJ expenses playing defense, trying to back up the lack of defense from a Kemba or Evan to cover their man, and in the same instance, he's at a detriment in creating that shot? So are you taking that into consideration when you RJ Barrett inconsistent?
Well, it's more of a 50-50.
Yo, blessings, Mustafa. Blessings.
It's more of a 50-50 thing with that because if you want to be this next level player and you want to be this max player, bro, there's plenty of stars that came to the league that play both ends of the court. You don't see Kawhi complaining about defending and scoring at the same time.
Okay, so Mark, this is what I'm asking you, brother. Check this out. It's one thing when we talk about RJ defending his man. What I just said is RJ is defending three people at the same time, and then after that, once he goes to the opposite end of the court, on the offensive end, you expect for him to have legs to get that a three-pointer up. So he just defended Kimba's man, he just defended Evans' man, and he just defended his man. And luckily, it was a long rebound, and the ball was going back out the court. RJ takes a three. He misses it because why? He ain't got
He's tired.
Well,
all right. So I want to jump in and just say something real quick. So first of all, let me say, hey, who's Mark? What's good, man? How you been?
Going on, Big Freeze, man. You know, I had a little. You know, I'm chilling right now. You know, I just came to make an appearance. You know, when I can. So you know, I'm here.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you stopping through, showing love, bro. I like your point about Golden State.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think when you made your point about Golden State, it kind of got caught up in the wash.
Yeah, it really
did. The point about those rookies, and it's not just those rookies, it's every rookie like with Steve Kerr. What they want to do is they give you a role to play. Like, hey man,
They symbolize a role.
Right. And they like, listen, man, what we're gonna do is have you come in and be a defender for these 2 minutes. And if you do this good tonight, tomorrow, you might get 2.5 minutes. But you're not going from 2 minutes to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You're gonna take on stuff and gradually get better until you master what it is that Steve Kerr wants you to do in the offensive defense.
And if anything extra come out of it, it's a plus. So
It's a plus, right? It's a plus, and plus seasons are long, so when you have guys that are hungry for those 1 or 2 extra minutes, and guys and veterans that may not want to, you know what I'm saying, when you have a 22-point lead in the fourth quarter, they may not want to come out there and continue to pound their knees. They may just want to, you know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. So I agree with you with the thing with Tibbs, though. The thing with Tibbs, the difference between Tibbs and Kerr is Steve. No. I'm speaking on my opinion.
Oh, go ahead.
Just my opinion. The difference between Kerr and Thibodeau is Steve Kerr has already established a culture in Golden State.
No doubt.
Right. And so Tibbs is trying to institute that culture, his culture in New York, a culture of winning every battle, every night, and winning being the most important thing.
Yeah, and I like it that way. I like it that way because I feel like he's the face of the Knicks more than Julius Randle. To me, that's to me.
Right. And so I get what you're saying. Hey, yo, look who just jumped in the thing, man. My man just showed up in the thing. Let me put my thing out here.
Hey, yo, Ron Cleveland, jump up here, bro. What's up, bro?
Yo, salute the general. Oh,
Big Ron.
But
the man.
So to the point about Tibbs is he is so early in the process. It's not fair to assess his entire tenure as a Knicks head coach. And we do that. Not everybody, but Knicks fans do this. Knicks fans are frustrated with Tibbs. They say he's stubborn. Some people are saying it might be time to move on from Tibbs. I'm not saying I don't want to get.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't think no other coach that we would have signed could have done what he even done last year. Okay, so Tibbs. Okay, Tibbs is good for us, but of course, throughout the games, you're gonna say, "What is he doing?" But to completely say, "Get rid of him, fire him," no. I wanted Tibbs from the start because of what the culture he can set.
Okay,
we both did, and so the point that I'm making, like in the Kerr and Tibbs comparison, is we can reflect on what Steve Kerr did because he started a process and they reached the mountaintop. They formed a dynasty based on what my man said, right? And based on what my man did. Yo, what's good, boss?
Man, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Mr. What's going on, man?
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, man.
Loud and clear.
Boy, I can barely hear y'all, but it's all good. What's up, Chop?
What's up, Uncle Rob?
What's going on, man? Hey, let's see who else. I hear Mark in the building. I hear my man G-Man for life. What's going on?
You looking vibrant with the orange.
Oh, Ron Cleveland in the building. What's going on?
What's going on, G-Man?
What's good?
Man, it sure ain't them doggone Knicks. It ain't them Knicks.
Let me hear your take, Ron.
Let's go, Ron. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell y'all what's the biggest problem.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem.
I'm back for this. I'm listening.
Freezer, you remember my job in the Army? I was light infantry. What light infantry is?
Oh, boy.
I was light infantry. You know what light infantry is, Rob? Come on now.
We cold steel Charlie,
light
bro.
infantry is?
G-Man, we cold steel. We fix bayonets.
Hey,
You
fight.
the front line of defense.
Front line.
Yeah.
Front line.
Absolutely.
What's our biggest problem? Front line. Our point guards can't stop nobody. So when all them people was loving the fact that Frank got out of town and all these other defenders This is what you got. Kimba, offensive minded. Evan Fournier, he decent defensively. He ain't great. But this is what you get.
Right.
And until they address that, it's going to be a carousel. Once you get past the front line, everything is at them boys' mercy.
That's right. That's right.
And that's the biggest problem until they address that point guard position. And it's ironic. Remember, Freezy. Remember, everybody. Knicks Nation. We was going after Lonzo. We was going after Lonzo. A lot of people said no to Zoe. Look at Chicago. What's their biggest change?
Ron.
Biggest change in Chicago, that point guard position.
Yep.
Ron.
You're not winning in the NBA if you don't have a frontline defender. You're not winning. If you don't have at that point of attack, at that point guard position, a dog out there playing defense to stop nobody.
Yep.
Ron, you remember when I was complaining about Kimba and Fournier when they came, right? I was upset with that signing.
Right. Yeah, they're gonna give you offense, and we needed offense.
Everybody was like, "Oh, Mark, you're so negative about those two," because I knew it. I knew it.
Right. Hey, and Ron, guess what else? So Lonzo is not only playing good defense, he is shooting 45% from three on 6 attempts a game.
Translation: two-way player.
Right.
Two-way player at his position.
Right. Yeah, man.
We don't have that, man. That's our biggest problem, man. Hey, notice it's good being back in the shadows.
Yeah.
But I love y'all, man. Hey, honestly, man. Hey, I miss this, but hey, you know what I mean? It's all about being balanced, man. But I've been listening, I've been watching, and I've been checking. Shout out to everybody who's doing their thing, man. Keep doing it. Hey, I'm getting some work done right now, man. Moving and everything, just moving to a new house and stuff. So, Freezy, you know me, you talk a little bit about it. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, I just wanted to stop in. I was listening, but hey, we ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing with these Knicks. Make no mistake about it. Until they fix that point guard position, remember, go back to last year. What was our biggest problem? The point guard position. We got Derrick Rose. The point guard position got better. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, between Derrick Rose and Kimba, I'm starting Derrick Rose. I'm not starting Kimba. No way. He's a liability. He's a liability.
I'd trade him for Ish Smith if I can. I'd trade him for Ish Smith if I can.
I'm gonna tell you. Wow. Knicks have to get a point guard, and I love Kimba. I love it. I'm glad he came home.
I ain't joking.
But you know what it is? It's 5 years too late.
Yep.
It's 5 years too late, man. We got to stop trying to go in these time machines. We got to get with the program. We getting beat by Orlando. Orlando got 4 wins on the season.
Yep.
2 of them against us.
2 of them against the Knicks.
At the Garden. Let that sink in.
Hey, Ron, and you know what? I brought up a point too, and I got smashed on the Knicks want to drive. I said what the Knicks generally do is go get a 30-something former All-Star point guard and bring him to town for hype, and people think he the answer. But for people my age, maybe Rob the Nick age, bro, we've seen this over the years. We see the Maurice Cheeks, the Doc Rivers, the Derek Harpers,
Jason Kidd,
the Jason Kidds, the Chauncey Billups, the Baron Davises, you know what I'm saying, the Steve Francises. We've seen all of them over the years, and we still don't have a chip with any of those guys. So when Kimba was here, I was not overly excited. I was glad the Knicks made it. I was glad Leon Rose did something, because before we had Kimba, we scratching our head like,
absolutely. It was a great signing. I'm not knocking that Kimba signing, but I'm gonna tell you what, this all
like,
this
it
goes
was cool
back
getting
to
him for $8 million. So it's
right.
The New York Knicks need to go ahead and do what we talked about near the end of the season. Well, at the end of the season, in the off season, they better go call Cleveland.
For what?
They better go call Cleveland.
Sexton.
They better go get him.
Oh,
they better go get him.
Sexton, he's right.
That's the move. They better go get him.
Right.
You cannot win in this league with 30-plus-year-old point guards unless you're Steph Curry.
Right.
He just tore up his knee, man. He just tore up his knee.
Hey, come on, hey, Rob. You know how you know when there's a problem? Hey, I was out there trying to run with my cousins, right? You know, I was the fastest guy in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? When I was a teenager. So I'm racing with my cousins who they in their early 20s. like 2021. I'm 35, 36, trying to run with them guys, man. Them guys left me. You know why? Father Time is undefeated, man.
Undefeated.
Father Time is
But
undefeated.
Sexton tore up his knee.
Yeah, he got
he tore his knee up.
No, he got torn
That's a
meniscus.
dub,
Yeah,
bro.
he got an I think he got an ACL.
Meniscus, that ain't putting you out. As long as ain't no ACL, meniscus, he can come back from that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You still go get him. If not for this year, you go get him so that way you have him for next year.
But
you gotta get a bulldog at that point guard position, and we don't have one.
I think he looking for a big time contract. What you willing to pay?
Well, look at his numbers, Mark. Look at his numbers.
He went down.
Look at his numbers throughout his career.
He went from 25 to 16 before he got hurt.
Right.
Hey man, that's our biggest problem, man.
I'm giving
fellas,
Nick Bryan a
Uncle
shot.
Chop, Rob the Nick, Sergeant,
Nick Rob.
G-Man for life, Freezy, Mark, Knicks Nation, man. Hey, we got to get off this roller coaster, man. I thought it was over when we sent Alfred Payton on that first thing. The roller coaster is back, and Tom Thibodeau got to figure it out. And last but not least, and I'm gonna end it right here. Find more minutes for Obi Toppin.
There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There you go.
Boy, this is why I love Ron Cleveland, bro. I'm telling you, because anytime we talk about Obi, you know that
he hit you with the J Boogie.
He did. And dropped the mic. Drop the mic. He dropped the mic and rolled out.
One thing when Obi's on that floor, Obi's a thinking player, man. He makes quick decisions. What I love from him,
it comes natural. That's the thing. He don't have to think about it because it comes natural.
Indeed.
Rob, I said this the other night on Sim's show. I said, Mr. Number 30, Randall, I said he's more of a jock than a natural basketball player, bro. And it makes
that's a good
that's more of a jock because what my whole gripe watching Randall is not what he can't. It's not that he's a scrub. It's the thinking process when he's on the floor, bro. Sometimes you can watch him, and sometimes it's like the game is not registering when it needs to be registered at times, especially
right. It's the Michael Vick thing. Y'all remember Michael Vick?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Michael Vick? So he was such an elite athlete. Period in the NFL.
Yeah,
like not just quarterback. Yeah, not just quarterback. He was like the best athlete, right?
Yeah.
But when they got him thinking like a quarterback, make sure you do your shoulder roll to stop the DB. Make sure you do this ball fake for the linebackers to stop so that you can throw the ball over the top of the linebackers in such and such zone. If the safeties come up, throw it out wide to the outer third to your man and one. Mike was like, this is too much stuff for me to be. I could just run for 17 yards right now.
And you know what, too, Big Freeze? The thing is, too, what I've been watching, anytime the opposite team has an athletic person on Randall, he gets shut out.
Right.
Boy gets shut out, bro.
Right. And so just real quick, Guzman, check this out. Like Randall at 6'9", 250, in my opinion, is an elite guy pound for pound at 6'9", 250 in terms of physical skills. Like you generally don't see a guy 6'9", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 250, 260 grab a rebound and push it up court and look comfortable, initiate offense.
Bro, he has a man body, but does not use it at all, bro.
Right.
To be honest with you,
because what you said, the pick and roll thing, to me, I think is. So to sum up Randall in a nutshell, the 3-pointer looks so sweet coming off Randall's hands to him that the bully ball part of his game that made him attractive in New Orleans and early on with the Knicks, he's gone away from that. But because he used to be the pick and roller, and he could beat his man. Yeah, he could beat his man to the rim. He used to be a rim running guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you,
and score.
And playing with Gentry when he played in New Orleans, that's what you had to do.
Right.
You had to run the floor.
Right.
And I always say this. I hate when he brings up the ball because now it's easy for defense to set their defense.
Yep.
Okay, that starting lineup do not get no fast break points more than the second lineup does.
Right.
And sometimes RJ is good in running. RJ's another guy. If he come down here, he's good. But if you have a collection of talent, that don't do the smallest things to help each other, it'd be a simple screen, a simple a pin down. The game is very simple. I always said this. If Randall had the brains of just Draymond Green in some instance, bro, he will be an all-world class player, bro.
Yep.
But again, you can't teach anybody IQs. Either you have it or you don't. And we're not saying we stuck with it, but we're stuck with the play that we see. The other night, all his shots was on the perimeter. You ain't Steph Curry, bro.
Yeah, he had only 11 shots, and I think 7 of them was for 3-pointers.
No,
he's more dominant in the paint.
No, 10 of them was jump shots from the 3, bro. He put up 10 threes. He was 4. He was, I think, 4.
So you telling me one shot was from inside, bro?
What? You can go look at the shot chart, bro. I'm not kidding you. And when you're watching,
but he didn't start off like 1 for 5. He actually started off pretty good. I think he was like 3 for 5, 3 for 6, and then he kept shooting. Yeah, and then he kept.
But for me, right? For you to even be taking 10 shots like that, you would have to be up. You have to be over 40%, 38 and 40% 3-point shooter for me to trust you like that. I don't trust him from the 3 like that. For you to be just standing out there. He does not use his full capable skill. He became a perimeter player. It's even in statistics. When he arrived to the Knicks, he became more of a jump shooter than
do you think, and y'all just hear me out on this. Do you think it's because recently he's been called for more offensive fouls going to the basket? Do you think that's been a deterrent?
No, it's just not in his game. No, I'll be honest with you. Because last year it was a good and bad thing in some instance, right? Because now him going out there doing what he did last year, that gives him confidence coming in and say, I could do the same thing what I did last year. And last year, we have to talk in context with this year because teams got better. Okay. And now that the physicality went up in the league, it made it even worse for him because guys are not just flying in the paint no more like that. Look at Harden. Harden only gets to the line 6 times. You talking about a guy that was getting to the line 10 to 12 a game.
Yep.
So him making all those shots he made last year, the boy had a miracle. Yo, that season was crazy. he was damn near. He was 45, 40 from 3, bro. 6 assists. So he's coming in this season saying, I can still play the same way. What I said before the season start, on everybody's show, now that we got some talent, Randall would have to play team ball like Joakim Noah. If Joakim Noah, that was never an offensive player, but ran the show for that Bulls team and used his weapons as well as he did, and Randall cannot play with that type of impact, bro, something is wrong.
Nah, look, you just can't throw all that on Randall like that because that's not even like, look, Randall's season what he had last year, he deserved to have that season. Now this year, everything going on that court, people not hitting shots is not Randall's fault. Randall is making passes to people that's just not hitting shots.
Hitting shots, right.
So, Rob, let me ask you a question.
That's a fact.
Let me ask you a question because I'm a shooter, right? Because someone said this in Gammo chat the other night, right? The way Randall passed, right? Because when you watch certain point guards, when you watch certain guys with the ball and they pass, Randall doesn't necessarily pass the ball into their shooting pocket. I want you now. Hold on, Rob. I want you to start watching his passes and how they are delivered and how it can affect a shooter.
Hey, look, only thing I got to say to that is, Mark, guess what? Last year they was catching it. They're not hitting shots.
Bro, we wasn't even a good shooting team last year anyway.
Yeah, but no. I'm just saying his passing pattern hasn't changed. His assist pattern haven't changed. He's still up at 5 or 6. These guys are shooting the ball and they're not hitting shots.
Like I said, they're not playing with a certain synergy where the rhythm.
But that's not his fault.
But it's part of him because he's on the team. He's in that starting lineup.
All right,
and then it's everybody else's fault too.
Oh
It's
no,
RJ's fault. RJ, look, what's going on under the radar that
Rob,
people don't want to talk about?
I told you the starting lineup played like trash.
Oh yeah, but okay, so now let's talk about RJ a little bit. We talked about Randall. RJ is doing jack. He doesn't look like nothing like last year, but it's going under the radar because people like RJ and they don't want to talk about him. Oh, he's 21. No, he had a grown man season last year. So let's talk about RJ. RJ is inconsistent as hell.
And
he's
Rob,
not doing anything to help the Knicks.
What I said, consistency is his problem. If he's not consistent, he might. It's so crazy because when we draft him, he's
looking like Landry Fields,
bro. He's an important cog for our team in development and to continue. If he doesn't,
he can stay consistent.
Yeah,
bro. This man had 6-2 in Charlotte. We watched this. We went all the way down to Charlotte to see him get 2 points.
2 points, yeah.
Bro. I understand that.
The beer was good though. The Bud Light was ice cold though.
I said inconsistency is his problem.
Look, let me just say this first, Mark, and I'll let you ride out. Hey, look, I said this when we was talking about the games and everybody looking at Fournier, everybody looking at Kemba. I said the problem with the Knicks right now is Randall and RJ. Hands down.
They have to be good. They have to be good.
Everybody else y'all the two people on this team that established the culture from last year. And then you coming in like you got to feed people passes. No, you play your game and you let everybody else follow what you're doing. You don't try to sit there and fit in with new guys. You let them fit in with you. And both of them are not doing that.
Hey, Rob, you know what too? I'm starting to think, right? Because there's a new expectation on these guys. Because last year was, again, playing with house money. So how everything rocked, everything was good. Everything was gravy. Now they playing in front of 20,000 people, having millions watching them, and then they on the internet, they see what we might say or what people say on Twitter. That can also affect them. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying it's either they built to play here. It's either because you have to be built to play here, no doubt about it. Because
not look like you built to play here, like they say. RJ looks like nothing bothers him, but we know he works hard. He'll have a bad game. No, it might be just bothering him.
You can work on your game all you want, but if you ain't consistent, bro, it's a problem.
And chemistry, Mark. You said the chemistry. The bench has more chemistry than the starting unit.
Yeah, they play like a unit. It looks more.
RJ plays like a Canadian.
I was gonna say
more natural, bro. The starting lineup they play like they don't trust each other.
Right. Because they don't.
They don't.
But I was gonna say I think RJ Barrett probably bit off more than he can chew by taking on this role as trying to be an all-world stopper. And
he's not doing that either.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
He get backdoor to death, bro.
Yeah.
He gets
backdoor like last year. He looked like last year. No difference, I think.
Rob, he ain't fast. He's never going to be fast. The thing is with him and with this team is about position basketball. That's the only way. That starting lineup has to play on the string, on defense, bro. Because if quickly, I got mad respect for him because you know what? That kid got moxie. When you see a player that could play somewhere, he can play here because nothing rattles this kid. When you watch Randall, it's like watching a deer in headlights when the pressure starts to come at times.
Right.
RJ, one thing with RJ too, he has to learn that, listen, when you get that little 15-footer jump shot, take it. Take it off the dribble. Take it off the dribble. Everything don't have to be a drive and a three. What you do is that you fake your defender, try to get close to the paint. You
stop and pop.
Take the shot.
Right, and G-Man, this is the same point that I made when you and I were talking about how this Knicks team passes up a good shot for a great shot.
Yep.
And then they missed a great shot.
Yeah. And the thing is too, they're both left-handed. They're easy to guard. They do not go right. You know what?
Look, you know what I say about that, Mark? That's trash. Because let me tell you something about that. When you right-handed and you can't go left, everybody try to get you to go left. I didn't have no problem being left-handed, and they couldn't stop me.
Bro,
and I don't have to use my right that much.
I'm a righty, and I go left majority of the time.
All right,
so
so
righty,
look,
and I go left majority of the time.
But look, when most of the lead is right-handed, and people take it from a right-handed standpoint, but if you can't be stopped, you can't be stopped.
It doesn't matter what hand you have, but like
that's
if you're
right.
If your weaker hand is not serviceable, then you're just a one-armed bandit.
Yeah,
Thank you. We got to be
and that's
serious,
what RJ
bro.
kind of looks like at times.
But no,
I'm a righty. I'm a righty, but I catch baseballs with my left.
RJ been going right a whole hell of a lot this year and making it.
Yeah, but the thing is too, another thing, he's not natural either. Everything with him, it's like he has to work hard. Like he's not fluent. He's not a fluent player, bro. He's just not, and that's gonna be a problem with his development.
Well, but y'all the ones who see all this upside in him, but he got all these faults.
Wait, hold on, Rob. I kid you not.
But that's Randall also.
I told people
nobody's
the best.
perfect.
But Randall is not 21. Everybody got all these.
Yeah, but Randall, most of his passes are bailout passes.
Hey, G-Man, we gonna rock for like 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get off because I gotta grab something to eat.
I was about to say, I just sent you a message in the private chat.
I told people the best RJ could be is Luol Deng, bro. Make your shots, be a consistent defender, and when they pass you the ball, you make your shots. People have RJ like some next level all-star player. People need to tone that down. Because he don't have the offensive potency to even be an all-star. The only way he's an all-star if this team has supreme success. So what I said, the way Tiz is playing him, he's deploying him more like Luol Deng. If you watch Luol Deng, he's the guy that scores 18 to 20 points a game, gives you defense, and is consistent. That is RJ's role in this league. I've never seen him being no type of Paul George level, all-star level player. No, unless the team wins 55, 58 games and we the hottest team in the league. That's the only way he's going to make an all-star game, unless he proves different.
Okay.
Hey, you better not say that on Sim's show.
you know, I can't say nothing. I get hit on.
Hey guys, I appreciate being on. I gotta dip out. I got work call is calling me. You know, it's always a pleasure being on here with you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap up here too, G-Man.
All right.
We'll be on tonight though. You gonna be on tonight?
I will be. I got time tonight.
Rob, you gonna be on tonight?
Yeah, I can stop through.
Okay, everybody. So what we'll do is so now seems like a good time to break. Let me first say thank you to my main man Ron Cleveland for coming through. Ron, he been telling me he's gonna stop through. So Ron, I know you still listening, man. You know we appreciate you and love you, bro.
No doubt.
Who's Mark, man? It's always a pleasure.
You know,
it's always a pleasure, bro.
Community, man.
You know, I'm glad you came through, man. We got to give you more time to talk because I want to break down some of the stuff that you be saying, man. Because like I've been telling like people that jump on the video chat, sometimes we say stuff that be so good, but since everybody want to have something to say, we don't give the conversation.
Well, you know what too? People don't listen. It's like this. They're so intertwined of. It's like when I try to speak, I speak with a message, but because people think that that I'm loud and stuff like that, they're not listening to the message. So it's misconstrued to most people from the outside. So the things I say is more to help the team, not to bash the team. So when people think I hate Randall, say no. I just want the guy to think better with the game. That's all. What's hating about that? He's on my team.
You gotta bring down the New York arrogance a little bit down. That's the thing. You sound a little bit too much like a New Yorker. And
bro, I'm from New York. What are you talking about?
From New York.
I know, but you gotta bring it down sometimes.
He's not taking nothing from his character.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, well, hold on. We gotta stop with these online softies. That's the problem with this little internet culture. That's the damn problem.
And then plus,
bro.
Hey, Mark, and plus you can't listen to Nick Gas. He a professional comedian, bro. He a professional comedian.
Ain't he from Florida?
Nah.
I'm in San Diego now, but
he a professional comedian. How did things go Tuesday night?
Nah, Tuesday I went to another spot.
So how did it go Tuesday night?
I did it good. What's
up? Okay. Well, good. Hey, so we're gonna wrap right here. I'll holler at y'all later, man. We'll see y'all later on tonight. Make sure y'all
Salute.
check us out tonight at
Salute,
some point, and check out For the Love of the Game. They'll be on tonight at 9 o'clock. Make sure you check out Still Knicks fans with Ron and John, Uncle Fulio, all them guys, man. Everybody in Knicks Nation. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.